What's up, Facebook? Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning. It's February. It's a little bit cold outside, but that's okay. I have been warming myself up. I've been feeling good. I got some thyroid health that Dr. Chopper brought in. We're going to have a huge show today, and I'm excited to have it.
I'm excited for today. First of all, everybody who's tuning in right now, give a big shout out to Gardy Garcia for his birthday.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Thank you.
We said that we couldn't say the age. That's premium content. You have to pay $20 a month to KHEA
Yes.
Click on that donate button, and then you will get access to find out how old Gardy Garcia is.
How old am I? It's a mystery, huh? So, first of all, I got to say thank you. This is from Scott Pearson. He brought this in. It's a taco exploding kitten, and we have a new taco that's going to be hanging out with us today. We're going to have to find a special place for him. I think I know just
on
where.
The mic.
I don't know. Will he stay? Can you see him? I can't see the shot, but
you just see the tip of the taco.
That's, yeah. I mean, all parts of the taco are beautiful. And then there's a couple other things, and I wanted to make sure that we were able to share this out today. So Curt brought in some items, and these are for the Birthday Joy program, which we are collecting items for. Whether you have, toys, there's books, there's all kinds of things. He even brought a gift card. So we're going to be giving these away to the Birthday Joy, but we're collecting till Friday the 22nd. If you want to get involved, it's super easy. You can either go get a gift card, maybe to Target, to Walmart, a gift card to anywhere, and literally anywhere, and then you'll be able to drop them off at Abundant Life Christian Center, KHEA Radio. You'll also be able to drop them off at Living Well Clinical Nutrition, Butler's Courtyard, and the Children's Oasis Education Program, which is located in Dickinson. It's a huge thing. Can you share a little bit about what they do at the Birthday Joy program? I think it's awesome.
The Birthday Joy program gives birthdays to kids who are either like in a foster home or who are in a shelter or who were taken from their family and may or may not have ever had a birthday before in their life. And so they throw on this big party. I think they have one coming up this Saturday that we're trying to load them up with toys and just give back to the community and a program that's doing something good for the community.
Yeah, so make sure you go check out the Birthday Joy program. Make sure that you go to the store. It's a great time to talk to your kids, to make it a family event where you go to, Walmart and, hey, pick out a toy. Pick out a toy. This isn't necessarily for you, but it's going to make a big impact in somebody else's life. We're going to pay it forward. And I've been doing that with my son. I know I'm going to take him again today to somewhere else. And we went to Party City. We went and got party supplies. So like plates and balloons and even little knickknacks and toys. So that way they can use them for these birthday parties. And you know what? So my daughter's birthday party, we had something over the weekend, right? And we had leftover plates. So my wife was like, well, we're going to open them up as we go. Instead of just like opening up everything and setting them out, it's like, okay, we'll open up a little bit at a time. And so that way we actually have some that we're going to be able to take from my daughter's birthday party, and they're still brand new open and use them for the Birthday Joy.
Yeah, so you still have all week up until Friday to drop off toys either here at KHEA Radio located in Lamarck, just the Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center in League City, Butler's Courtyard in League City, and Children's Oasis Foundation located in Dickinson. Any kind of toys.
Yeah, and also if you have a business and maybe you want to donate your services. There are places that have group birthday parties, like martial arts studios. There's places like jumping, trampoline, fun houses. There's all kinds of stuff that maybe you have a connection to. Why not tag them in this video? Ask them if they want to get involved. Donate a party, donate an event that they'll be able to use for the Birthday Joy. It'll make a huge difference in some children's lives, and that's what it's all about. It would be a shame if we didn't use this platform for things like this. This is what I believe we should be doing as a community, and I love that we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, KHEA Radio supports the community, and we're so excited for this. Thank you to the Birthday Joy program. Go give them a like on Facebook. Find out what they're doing.
Yeah, so, okay, right now it's 8:37, and we're going to be getting into this. We have Dr. Choppa in studio, and he's been hanging tight, and you're excited. You look excited for today. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm fine as frog hair. You know that.
Frog hair.
That's usually the response.
That's it. But have you ever seen hair on a frog?
I haven't.
That's because it's so fine.
It's so fine. I know you're doing good, Dr. Choppa. So you had brought this. You kind of pulled it out your pocket. Do you normally keep this in your pocket? What's up with that?
I had a feeling maybe that we needed to have a little, go time this morning. And so, no, I'm just doing some experiments with it. And I like when I go on my morning walks in the morning, I noticed it was a little brisk and cold. I don't know if anybody noticed that it was chilly this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And so apparently I didn't get the memo. So I walk outside. I feel that brisk punch in the face. I'm like, I'm gonna go grab me some herbs to keep me warm. And that was just the one that I grabbed. And so I'm just when I go for my morning walks, I just take a few doses as I'm in stride, and it just turns on my juices, gets things rolling, and makes
That's cool.
And rocks my mojo back into place. So me and the dog, hike it for about 30 to 40 minutes, and it's been fun. So that was why that was in my pocket, and I thought maybe we'd share it this morning and talk to it a little bit.
Kurt, did you already take yours?
I did.
Ethan
decided not to. He shook his head and said no.
That should be a part of the intern,
It's required. Ethan, you need to take this. It's good for you.
You don't get a choice.
You know what? Can I turn it down now?
No.
Good job, Ethan. Proud of you.
Yeah, but the whole idea of getting healthy, I think, starts in the morning. After one, did you go to sleep, and did you get good sleep, and how did you wake up, feeling in the morning? Did you wake up feeling more tired and restless, or did you wake up ready to tackle the day?
I felt pretty good this morning.
I felt good once I had my Bang energy drink.
some-
But we won't mention that in front of Dr. Chapa.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
What-
Dr. Chapa, I'm noticing something also that's going on today. You moved the taco closer to you. Is that because you want to eat the taco?
Maybe it's Taco Tuesday. And it is Gardy's birthday, and so I was thinking about the birthdays for the kids, that we could fill up a piñata and put it in the giveaway basket, and some lucky kid could beat on a piñata.
Hey, you know what? I just got a text from Justin West, and first of all, Justin, he said, happy birthday. Thank you so much. He said, your fancy cameras make the window look really dirty. Happy birthday.
That's funny.
Touche.
Justin, come fix it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this morning. Dr. Chapa, I'm excited to see this heart monitor situation. I don't know that now that I'm a year older, I'm not sure if I'm ready to get on that. I think we may have to get Kurt on there, because what if things aren't the same as it was yesterday?
I should have done this before we should have done this before I drank that Bang energy drink, because I feel like my heart's going to be racing now because I'm on energy.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The heart gets first dibs on all nutrition. So, Jennifer and I are going to be teaching at our Nutrition 101 class this week, Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. This week, we encourage everybody to come out to Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center, be a part of, getting healthy and staying healthy. This is Heart Month. We're just bringing awareness to the power of your heart, and you want your heart to get first dibs on all nutrition. So, yeah, when you put that Bang energy drink in there, it could definitely rob you of key nutrients, minerals, and cause some, fluctuations in the way that your system is performing for you.
So here's something else.
I hate to say.
Solian said Dr. Chapa would put carrots and apples in the piñata. Is that true? Have you ever done that?
I've never done that, but I like your thinking. That could be really powerful as long as they break that thing open soon. Otherwise, they could potentially go bad. That would be weird.
Have you ever had piñatas at your like a kid's party or a party that you've been?
Oh,
been
yeah,
at?
of course. And it was filled full of candy and
sugar.
The kids, break the thing open and they go crazy. It's one of the most climactic moments ever. Whenever you see the children just go nuts over the candy. And I will say that as much as remember. Our kids aren't, we don't raise them in a bubble, because we know what happens when we do that, right? Is they might wind up rebelling against all things health. And we want them to, create and operate in a level of balance that, we all need at some level. Now, the older I get, I really don't indulge in candies very much. I find, cheat candies. So I have this stuff called Spry in my office, which is a xylitol alcohol sugar mint or gum that it's a 5-carbon compound instead of a 6, and it doesn't stick to your teeth, and bacteria can't latch onto it and eat it up. But what they do is they grab hold of the xylitol molecule, and it basically causes them to starve because they can't digest it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so it actually has been proven to prevent dental decay. So pretty neat.
I mean, I don't want dental decay. Somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I said a new toothbrush, like one of those.
Sonicare, dude.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's the magic.
My wife asked me. I said, I want a Sonicare toothbrush. I'm really big on dental hygiene.
You're getting up there in age when you get excited about toothbrushes and kitchen appliances.
Please,
of that nature.
please, God, never let me get that old.
So,
Yeah,
here, turn this.
it'll
way.
happen for you, Kurt. So, okay, right now we have 28 seconds. It's 8:43. We're going to go on the FM as well. I'm going to turn this auto off. Let us know, what do you have going on today? Feel free to share this video out. We're going to have a lot of fun. I see some people saying happy birthday. Thank you so much. Cody Garza was one. I said, Cody, you can't see it because it's been cold outside, but I got my PMA shirt on. Shout out to Premier Martial Arts today. 10 seconds, and we're going to rock and roll. This is KHEA Radio. Share this stream out. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it is Tuesday morning, 8:44 a.m. It's a little bit cold outside. If you're out there, grab a jacket, grab some thyroid complex, and go walk the dog, whatever you got going on. We got Dr. Aaron Chapa in studio. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And I'm excited for the show today.
Hey, Dr. Chapa, first and foremost, Gardy's birthday is today. So I think we should start out on the FM by singing happy birthday to Gardy.
I think that's a fantastic idea. We've got Ethan in the house.
Oh, well, if Ethan's singing.
And then we've got Jennifer Withy over here that's hanging out with us this morning. I think we can make this happen.
All right, ready?
So everybody in your cars, you got to be singing along.
And
Gardy.
on Facebook.
And on Facebook.
We got to hear the entire city of Lamarck singing happy birthday.
This is going to be awesome.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I hear you over there.
Happy birthday, dear Gardy.
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
I almost pulled everyone down and just had Ethan there. Just so I could hear that beautiful angelic voice.
Well, I'm just saying. Hey, look, Soliana just said I'm singing along as my professor is teaching.
Hey, that's what's
awesome.
up.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Solion, for that, and everybody else. Y'all are awesome. Again, if you haven't watched any of that content on the Birthday Joy program, make sure you go watch our Facebook page. We're going to be posting about it again today and one more tomorrow. We're collecting till Friday. If you have toys, if you have birthday party supplies, anything that you would use for a birthday party, gift cards, you can use them for the Birthday Joy program. If you Google that, go watch our social media. You'll be able to see how big of a deal this is. We're excited to do it.
Yes, so excited. Hey, Dr. Chapa, what's going on? What have you been up to this week? You guys staying busy?
Oh, man. We have been bursting at the seams. We're really excited. We've got, Dr. Amber in the house that's growing. We've got Jennifer that's serving up the community. We've got our Nutrition 101 class coming up this Thursday. And we have been busy. We've got a lot of outreach things. We're real thankful. We have Ashley's going to a couple events today to, meet some new folks. And I've even been invited to a couple forums to do some other speaking engagements. And so it's kind of exciting to see the outreach happening. People really are wanting health, wellness, vitality, alternatives to drugs and surgery, and that's everything that we stand for at Living Well. And so I'm excited to be, a face and a representation of what God's put in my heart as a vision to help sick people get well without drugs and surgery. So absolutely, we've been rocking it this week.
Is drugs and surgery, is it sometimes easier that way? Because if you think about it, I mean, it won't always work 100% of the time, no matter what you do. But sometimes it's like, man, I want the quick fix. I don't want to have to put in the work. Just give me the drugs. Just give me the surgery. I want to keep doing what I'm used to. If I have an issue, just take it out. Is that easier sometimes?
Oh, well, I mean, that's what it seems to be easier, right? But every decision requires some level of health loss. I mean, or of health that you could be expending inappropriately. So if you get your gallbladder removed, the gallbladder has valuable properties in the body, and they say that there is a connection between gallbladder removal and an increased incidence of heart issues. And so we don't necessarily want to just go in and pull out organs because we have two of them, or because we think that the body can live functionally without it. That the body can live without some of these organ systems, but it doesn't necessarily make it right.
Okay.
And so we always have to ask a better question. I mean, think of how barbaric it is to rip open the body and to tear out an organ that was designed to be there. And so you have to ask, well, why is that organ system inflaming to the point of a symptom, to the point of a diagnosis, to the point of a need for surgical intervention?
Right.
My friend, he goes, every time he tears up his knee, his mentor's up in Austin, and he's been practicing, 30 years. And he calls his mentor up and says, so the doctor says I need to have a surgery on my knee. He goes, get up here to Austin as fast as you can. So he drives up to Austin, and he spends a day or two with him, and his doc fix him. And so that's the kind of thing, is there's so many things that we have that aren't drugs and that aren't surgery that allow the body to heal at a really rapid rate, whether it's nutritional intervention, dietary inflammation reduction, or just good nutrients coming into our body, whether it's water hydration, getting people off the sodas and the processed food and the junk food, the sugars, and going into a place where we create an environment for wellness.
Wow.
And that's ultimately what we've got to look at. I've had patients with hot gallbladders. I know I'm, on the gallbladder subject this morning, but I've had people with hot gallbladders where they have stone formation in the gallbladder, in the bile ducts, and they're going to have to go in for surgery. And we've been able to interrupt that process, support the body a different way, and those people live without the surgery. And they function well. They function great. They pass 15, 20, 50, 75 stones, and they poop them out, and they feel great. And they're like, wow, I never knew that was possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's the idea. That's what it is. If you don't know what you don't know, you don't know. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, what do they call that?
Insanity.
That's right, insanity.
Oh, insanity.
Go ahead, insanity. There you go.
Oh,
very good, very good.
I remember that workout routine that was called Insanity. I tried it. I was like, this is insane. Nah, I'm not doing it anymore. Ethan asked earlier, because we mentioned Choppa-ism, and he was like, wait, what's a Choppa-ism? We're like, Ethan, you need to pay closer attention. I feel like there was a Choppa-ism in there. If you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know. That's something that I don't think I've ever heard before.
It's sad, but it's so true, right? And we all walk around, and people never do what they want to do. They just they do what they know how to do. And so what we're trying to do at our office is to train people to live better, be better, and stay better, one bite at a time, one decision at a time, one get up out of bed and go for a walk at a time, one 16-ounce glass of water first thing in the morning. If it's a new routine for you, create that new stimulus, trigger, routine, and habit in your lifestyle, and you'll find that a lot of these new habits that you can incorporate will turn into longevity and vitality and an opportunity to live healthy.
Did you have a question?
I did. I saw that somebody asked here kind of on that gallbladder stuff. It says, so my gallbladder, Johnny says, my gallbladder got removed 2 years ago, so I am at higher risk for heart issues?
Well, so now there's statistics that indicate that, yes, there are more heart issues associated with people that have lost their gallbladder. And but it does not mean that you might be doing good things for your lifestyle that doesn't require you to have a higher risk. For example, my dad died of a heart attack at 53 years old. Does that mean I'm at a higher risk for heart disease just because it's in my gene code? Well, it does if I'm living a lifestyle that promotes heart disease. And so what we have to do is start evaluating, hey, every decade your chemistry changes, so you have to change with it. What you could eat when you were 18, you might not be able to eat at 28 or 38 or 58 as you get older. You've got to make those lifestyle changes happen.
So I'm going to ask this question, and it may seem silly, but I honestly do not know, and there may be some other listeners who don't know, but what exactly are things that people are doing that is just bad for your heart? We're kind of focusing on the heart today. It is Heart Month, and Valentine's Day is this month, and we're trying to spread some love and awareness. But what is bad for your heart that people are doing and they just aren't thinking about?
Well, number one is we are right now. I was listening to a book this morning, and it was talking about that stress pressures of life is 30% higher today than it was in the 1980s. We are constantly connected to everything at all times. Mm-hmm. We're digital. We got high-powered computers in our pockets. We're constantly triggered through a ring or a ding on our notification bar to check our phone and look down at it and be distracted by it. We got emails going off. We got deadlines that never stop. I mean, what happened to siestas from 1 to 3?
We should bring those back. We should bring those back. Actually, now that I'm talking about,
I'm all for it, right?
Yeah.
And the reality is we have artificial light that's keeping us alive and awake, as opposed to operating according to the sun and in our environment and wherever we are in the time zone. And so, from a lifestyle perspective, just that alone causes our body to have higher levels of cortisol, which disrupts our blood sugar, which potentially disrupts our inflammatory processes. It disrupts our electrolytes, and it causes us to run in a fight or flight response day in and day out. The heart was never designed to be under that type of stress or duration. No organ in your body was. So that's number one. We haven't even talked yet about do y'all remember what the average sugar consumption is per person per year?
I think it was like 300.
Pretty darn close. So it's 150 if you don't count cookies, candies, cakes, and ice cream. That only includes the carbohydrate conversion factor from bread, rice, cereal, pasta, potatoes, corns, and grains, right? That's 150 to 200. Then when you pack on the sodas, the candies, the cupcakes, the pastries, the sugar, the obvious sugar, now it's 200 to 300 pounds of sugar per person per year.
It's a lot.
And that's a lot. So that right there is one of the driving forces that you're putting in salt in your car's gas tank. It ain't going to run well. So if you put that kind of fuel into your body as a fuel source, it's going to rob the body of function. And one of the things that our heart sound test does is it allows us to check the mitral valve, tricuspid valve, aortic valve, and pulmonic valve and see where the glitches are minerally, where the glitches are in the B vitamin department, essential fatty acid department, in the adrenal department. We can actually see live what your heart is doing, and your heart has 100,000 beats from this point today to this point yesterday. Like you just had 100,000 beats. It's right. Bum bum, bum bum. And and speaking of, Curt, if you can feel your heart beating, if you have palpitations, if you have arrhythmias, if you have issues where you can tell that something's going on in your chest, that's not normal. You're not supposed to know that your heart is ticking. It's just supposed to be in the background doing its thing and consistently going forward every day, 100,000 times in a 24-hour period.
The only time I ever do is when it's like super quiet. If you're sitting at home. No, you can't hear it, but you can feel it against your, when you lay up against it or your hand against it. Is that bad?
No. I mean, if you feel your pulse checking, if you check your pulse, you can feel it beating. But like people will talk about having a flip flop in their chest. Okay. They'll talk about actually feeling abnormalities behind their chest bones, or they'll feel tight pressure or heavy anxiety in their chest. And when they feel those signs and symptoms, that's an indication that you have a check engine light going off. Something's not right. And we've got young people. I mean, I had a nurse come in just the other day that was 22 or 23 years old, and she's been having palpitations for the last 8 months, and she can't fix it. The doctors can't fix it. And they come in, and no doubt, like 3 supplements. It was all minerals. We just resupplied her minerals, what was she doing to burn out her minerals? When you eat a ton of sugar or processed foods, it robs you of key nutrients, minerals in this case, that allow the heart to fire and function like God created it to.
That's cool. Hey, we got a question, and this is from Solion. She asked this earlier, but she asked, Dr. Chapa, is the placebo effect real?
Yes, it is a real thing. The power of the mind is a real thing. They've done surgeries where they had a person that legitimately had a surgery that was crippled in their knee. And when I say crippled, they needed a cane, they needed a walker, they had a debilitating, walk. And they put a video where the person could actually see, the surgery taking place. And but it was just a pre-recording. But they had a whole team of doctors in the room calling scalpel, this tool, that tool. They were going through the process as if they were doing a real knee surgery, but it was a mock one. And of course, the patient couldn't feel anything because they hadn't all deadened and all this. But what happened is that patient got off that table with no surgery and talked about this powerful surgery that he got to witness and was a part of, and never walked with his cane or walker again. And he felt like $1 million after a pseudo knee replacement. So the power of the placebo in the supplement industry is absolutely real too. Many things that I say that what we do and offer people is hope. We give people not just alternatives to drugs and surgery, but we also give them an emotional boost in that they can change. They can live differently without drugs and surgery, and whatever symptom pattern they got, they don't have to live with. But so many people still hold dear to the identity that they have found in their disease instead of mastering the disease. When you master the disease and you don't own it, like what does Pastor Hallam talk about? Don't claim disease in your body. you cast that down. You speak to your mountain, and the mountain will fall, right? Well, why are we accepting chronic fatigue? Why are we accepting heart disease just because my dad died at 53? I don't want to die at 53. I got too much living to do. I got kids, grandkids, experiences I still want to have and operate in. And that's what we look people in the eyes confidently. And I can say this: if you stick with our program long enough and you follow through with the recommendations to the best of your ability, you don't even have to be perfect. You're going to get well. Everybody does.
Right now, it's 8:58 a.m. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, share this stream out. Go ahead and smash that share button. I see some questions coming in. Feel free to keep asking questions. We have Dr. Aaron Chapa in studio. We have Dr. Jennifer Withy in studio. Dr. Withy, it's your first time to be in here with us. How are you doing?
I'm great this morning. I'm having a good time, enjoying seeing this live in action instead of having to watch from afar.
Is it better in here? I feel like it's better in here hanging out, right, than it is on. Is it?
I don't know. You guys do a great job on Facebook, and so that people can get the feel of what it's like. The cameras are great, and people get to see and feel like they're there, and so it's awesome.
That's
Does
cool. The camera add 10 extra pounds?
Do we look skinnier or fatter in person?
It's just how you feel this morning. How do you feel, guys?
It's a little fatter. No.
I know. She's so elegant in the way she's throws out diplomacy.
So somebody asked a question, and they asked, what are the top minerals that the heart needs?
Susie. Well, you're throwing me fastballs this morning. I love it. Mm-hmm. Susie's a long time, a great patient. Her and her husband are absolutely cool folks, and hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, the top minerals is going to be, your potassium, your magnesium, calcium. Those are your big to-dos. Manganese has a strong powerhouse in there. Iodine has a strong function in them. All minerals are used by the heart. And so magnesium right now is one of the number one deficiencies that we're observing. And we're finding correlation between low vitamin D levels and having a magnesium deficiency. Well, right now, any blood test that comes into my office, everybody's got low vitamin D. And vitamin D is just touted as, oh, you got to support it with vitamin D. Well, it's just like anything. The body is not an isolated, path. You've got to give it the full spectrum of nutrients. And, this kind of segues right in a slight deviation, but it makes the point that vitamin C right now, because everybody's been sick, is being touted as like that new immune product, right? You've got to take your vitamin C every day. I had a lady come in yesterday, 5 grams. That's 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. 500 milligrams a day and above can cause unraveling of DNA in the brain. It can cause issues with the adrenal glands. It can cause a spastic ileocecal valve where you have diarrhea. And it's not the health food that we want it to be or believe it to be. And one of my hardest, trials is to help people realize just because good marketing says it's good doesn't necessarily mean that it is. And I have to re-educate people. The body uses the vitamin C complex, not ascorbic acid, because most people that take more than 500 milligrams a day of vitamin C, they're taking ascorbic acid. And ascorbic acid has not ever been shown to be able to get rid of scurvy. They have to take a full spectrum vitamin C. The Indians in the olden days, guess what they ate? They ate the adrenal glands as a delicacy. They split up the adrenal glands from the kill, and they would spread it out among the tribes, and everybody would eat that first. They would cut it out and eat it first because it was the lifeblood. They found power there. Well, guess what is found in abundance in the adrenal glands?
Bang energy drink.
Not Bing. But Bing, vitamin C. Vitamin C in the full complex. It's got tyrosinase, vitamins P, K, and J, right? The bioflavonoids. Of course, there's ascorbic acid, but it's the full complex. So it goes back to which minerals. You need all the minerals that are from green leafy vegetables. So the leafier, the beefier, the leafy green, the better it is. It's going to be a full spectrum. We use a product that's an alfalfa-based magnesium. It's a full spectrum, multiform magnesium, and it tastes like a dirt, really, but it is absolutely amazing for the heart, because it's the full spectrum. It gives the body everything that it needs. The potassium helps electrify the heart. See, the heart is an electrical vessel, and that heart, whenever when it contracts, it's told to contract, right? It doesn't beat because you want it to. It beats because it's told to. And that's due to this electrical capacity in that heart. And so we've got to get this good, healthy fats from big fish, tuna, salmon, good fish, and then avocado, saturated fats. The lard that we cook our bacon in, that could be used as a seasoning to season up your veggies. Lard is great, coconut oil is great, avocado oil is great, avocados, big fats, big minerals, leafy greens, very powerful for the heart.
We have a question. This came in from Ashley. She's watching from Louisiana. First of all, she said, God, I feel guilty almost as I'm in my kitchen mixing all this powdered sugar. So she's a baker. She has a bakery that she runs, so that's what she said. So she's working for the day. But she
don't feel condemned. I'm not trying to condemn you.
She also mentioned a question. She said, okay, what about vitamin D? I hate drinking milk. Is vitamin D important, and how much should we be getting?
Yeah, so vitamin D is important. If you do a blood test, it needs to be around 70. The pathological or the lab ranges that come in say it could be less than 30 and you'd be okay. But we have found that vitamin D at 70 and above helps the body, work immunologically more effective. And so, but if you're thinking, if the question really is milk a good source of vitamin D? Isn't that kind of what y'all heard there?
I think so. Or she's wondering how important is it? Is there any other sources? I don't like drinking milk. Yeah.
And so what we find when we take vitamin D into the system is we want to use cod liver oil. We want to use nutrients that are fat soluble. I don't actually use dairy products for consumption of calcium, vitamin D, or anything like that because the milk proteins are so denatured and so inflammatory to the body. Milk does not do a body good, and that's why back in the late 80s you used to see those commercials, milk does a body good, right? But now you don't see those commercials anymore. And it's because they've proven that it doesn't. Every country that consumes milk as a dietary source for strong bones has the highest incidence of osteoporosis. And it's really a sad thing. But when you denature the protein in milk, it isn't healthy. So, what we look for is cod liver oil is a really great source, for vitamin D. So we look at, giving alternate, supplemental vitamin D, getting out in the sun, doing some weight-bearing exercises, very good, staying active, good, healthy blood flow. It keeps your vitamin D levels up. And then when we have to, we supplement with it. And we do have a protocol to help get people's levels up when they're down in the 20s or below.
What does vitamin D do? What does it do for you?
So it basically, if you look at what we're just going to use one mineral, but this is going to be across all systems. But what vitamin D does is it is the gatekeeper. Okay, it holds the key to the cell. So, and I'm just trying to make this simple, but the calcium in this case, in this example, rides in on the back of an essential fat. Okay, so the fat is like a taxi service. And so the calcium comes in and is delivered to the cell. The vitamin D opens the cell and allows the calcium access to the cell for function.
It's cool.
I have learned so much about the human body just by having you on every Tuesday. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with this knowledge, but...
Well, hopefully you're going to apply it and you're going to be healthy, strong, and vibrant all the days of your life, my friend. That's the plan.
Yay!
Ethan, what about you? I feel like you're learning over there, right?
Yeah.
You taking notes?
No.
You're still young, so you're 17 years old, and learning things that, you may be able to use later in life, right?
I feel like you are a nutritionist in the making.
I hope not.
Why do you say that?
His mom is.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard so much of it, I wouldn't want to be telling other people.
Well, but the reality is why? I mean, sometimes you have to wonder, like, whenever, if you've heard so much of it, and you can see that obviously there's a need, and you have God's given you a gift, you might consider sharing that knowledge.
I mean, you're
the
ideal
at the youth
like nutritionist
17.
of health. Like Ethan started running into the church this morning. And I go, Ethan, you're gonna pull a hamstring if you run. He goes, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh, if I ran like that, I'm pulling my hamstring.
And that's because you have a calcium deficiency.
Maybe.
Maybe magnesium
you
too.
can't drink milk to replace that calcium deficiency. You gotta find it from other sources.
And that Bang energy drink over there is robbing you of other minerals, just throwing it out there.
Have some cod liver oil instead, Kurt.
Cod liver oil. Lubricate every tissue, cell, organ, gland in your body.
We need to talk to Bang, and maybe Bang will make a cod liver oil product.
At least the flavor. It doesn't even have it in there. Just the flavor of cod liver oil, please.
Well, no, see, and that's the thing. People come in, and Nordic Naturals is one of the companies that we use for our cod liver oil, and they said they called us one day and said, "How do you get so many patients to do the liquid cod liver oil? Like we can't even get HEB to sell as much cod liver oil as you do."
It's funny.
And I said, "Well, I mean, I tell them, I educate them, like the power of a good healthy fat. If there was one thing all of you guys could do today to be healthier, is to take cod liver oil, because it will touch every tissue, cell, organ, gland in your body. It'll make your brain better. It'll make, if you're the females out there, it'll make your skin, hair, nail better." And Gardy's like, "Woohoo!
I want those
my hair to be beautiful.
I want the shiny hair."
And but seriously, like it will supply nutrients to every tissue, cell, organ, gland in your body. It's just one of those little habits that if you just guzzle a tablespoon of cod liver oil every day, you're going to give your body a great therapeutic dose. I've never met anybody that came in that couldn't benefit from extra healthy fats.
So Ashley just asked this question, and it's still on the same line here. It says, "Will the cod oil help all joints because I have RA and fibro?"
Absolutely. So cod liver oil is a great place to start. We might not end there. We might have to bring in other things, flaxes or borage oils or, olive oils. And so, of course, there's other oils we could use. But with the fibro and I think you said rheumatoid, we look at liver issues. So for you, the cod liver oil is going to be a fire department coming in to put out the fire in the joints, right? But what we really got to do is we got to go in and put the fire out and decongest the liver, making the liver
the giver.
The giver. Thank you. And when the liver is the giver, it supplies the body no congestion, decreases inflammation, and it prevents the body from storing toxins in the joints, which is what's happening in your case. You're storing it in your soft tissue, that's the fibro. You're storing it in your joints, that's the rheumatoid. And what the only solution they got for you is steroids, pretty much, and shutting off your immune activation. Instead, we want to boost and bolster your immune system, detox your liver, clean out the lymph, so that your body doesn't have a need to store that mess. It has a way to get it out of you, and then you will start to heal at a much healthier, faster rate.
Here's a comment. This is from Johnny. He said, "I've learned more in the last 10 minutes than I did my whole high school life." That's what's up. He also had a comment about the bacon grease, because some people were like, "Wait, bacon grease is okay? It's good? It's okay?" And someone from the office commented, and he said, "Don't tell me that. I'll go get a Route 44 cup of bacon grease."
LOL. But here's what I will tell you.
So good.
I mean, we should do an experiment with Kurt as the guinea pig.
I like that.
The reality is
always the guinea pig.
The reality is your body has a self-governing fat intake meter, right? So if you look at pastries and you look at popcorn and you look at starches, you can just consume this stuff by the grove, and you don't ever seem to lose that law of diminishing return. It just continues to taste amazing and great, right? Fat, on the other hand, and that's a problem, because there's all those empty calories coming in, causes our body to malfunction and to break down. One of the things that happens with the fats is your body, when you get to a level, your body shuts off your desire for it, and if you push past it, you'll get an upset stomach, and that's your body's way of preventing you from over-consuming good, healthy fats. But in the 1980s, we demonized fats, and one of the things that happened is we decreased the fat consumption by 5% on the meter of how much we're supposed to consume.
The healthy
day.
Scale, I guess, right?
And what that did is that made people hungry. Their blood sugar started to get wonky, and so they started reaching to fat is bad, so you got to go to fat-free everything. Well, fat-free everything was really just processed sugar and carbs, and we have this boom in the last 40 years of diabetes, of heart disease, of obesity, and one of the articles that I was looking at in the 1950s, like the average American, and I'm going to be a little off on these numbers, but the average American was a male was about 50 to 165 pounds. In the 1990s, they were about 160 to 200 pounds. And now they're 200 and 230 is the average. Like, it's like something's changing in our gene code.
We're getting fatter.
And yeah, that's not right. Like, something's wrong with this picture. And what has changed? Our food supply, the quality of our food, the carbohydrate intake, the indulgence, the overindulgence of sugary drinks, processed drinks, energy drinks. No offense. And
I was about to crack mine open. I was like, it's my birthday.
Yeah, let's go for it. Hey, man, we should have had. If I would have known, I would have brought you
the main squeeze.
A main squeeze.
That's
from
what's up.
Main squeeze in Webster there. So Jeff, if you're listening. Wish Gardy a happy birthday when he comes in today to get him a main squeeze.
Kurt, how does that make you feel? I know for me, like watching, people change. You watch movies or see pictures of your great-grandpa, your grandfather, and it's like, hey, those guys are slim. They're trim, they got their suspenders. Oh, maybe it's the way they dress, and you can kind of watch as that time takes place, then our dads, like, more in shape. And then it's like, then there's us, Like, what do you think? Have you noticed that at all?
No, because my family has been predominantly, like, when you look at my grandpa, like, he's got the dad belly.
But, like, even when he was young?
I don't remember looking. I'd have to go back and see some pictures. I don't remember what he looked like growing up. He worked at the train, like, on a train track.
I feel like you'd have to be in shape to do that, but...
Yeah, I feel like he was.
But now we're having even young people that are, dealing with obesity, young people that are dealing with some health stuff that... I guess hasn't been there. Like if you look at, 50 years ago.
I think, Jennifer, you talked about this on the first night of the cleanse at Butler's Courtyard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was another night. But they talked about how our, like, grandparents, like when they had, like, their family, like they're out in the garden, they're doing their own foods, they're, cooking their own dinners, sitting around the table. That was what they did. And then all of a sudden, like, our parents... that shifted, that changed, where now it's let's go get whatever is fast from the fast food. There wasn't like community gardens. There weren't like gardens in your back where you cooked your own food. Is that right?
Right. Well, we don't have access to clean food on a regular basis. We're all dependent. We're very removed from actually buying our food, cooking our food, growing our food. We're very removed from it. If you ask somebody, we were talking to somebody last night, and she was talking about how she knows how to break the neck of the chicken and pluck the feathers and all this stuff. And, most people today think, oh, my God, I'd never do that. Well, we eat chicken every day. So we're so far removed from what it actually takes to eat food and produce food. And so we reach to the things that are simple and easy, and we're paying a price, right?
Chicken nuggets, like frozen nuggets or fast food, and instead of, knowing the chicken, that's a real chicken.
They talk about in schools right now where, like, if you show kids vegetables, they don't know what the vegetables are. I mean, they've never seen it. But if you show them, when they think of a tomato, they think of ketchup, right? Or if they see the ketchup, there's just this disconnect, and we've got to bring some level of awareness back to not only just cooking, but sitting around the dinner table and sharing a meal.
Yeah. And that's not going to accidentally happen. You kind of have to do that on purpose, huh?
I hate to say, but that goes back to what I was saying earlier, is that we're so connected to our digital worlds that we've lost touch, like Jennifer was saying, with cooking and operating on where this food's coming from and slowing down enough.
Yeah.
Like people, so my wife and I've had the opportunity to remodel 2 kitchens over the last 10 years, and we built the kitchens for entertaining purposes, and we wanted to have, and to cook in them. And both of these houses, we took the microwave out of our house. So we don't have microwaves in our home. And people go, it takes too long to cook, warm up food. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I mean, it's no different. It's just a different way of doing it. Mm-hmm. But the difference is I'm not mutating and denaturing my food.
So you aren't eating popcorn?
No, we make it. We have an air
on the
popper.
stove. Okay.
And yeah, so the air pop. So we have tools, when popcorn comes around.
So I'm a huge fan of popcorn, but I haven't had popcorn since I started talking to you, because we find out about the corn and the grain, and it's not the
GMO.
best. Yeah, and so I think from my experience, I kind of have like a strong willpower if I want to, whenever it comes to food at least. And I can, even though I love popcorn, it's like my thing. Kurt knows.
I almost brought you popcorn from the movie theater today, but I figured because Dr. Choppa was in, that Dr. Choppa would probably tip over
awesome.
the desk and be like, I'm over this.
Here. I want the fake butter, the salt.
No.
But like, I haven't had it since, and I don't know. But now, whenever you make it yourself, it's okay, like in moderation, or what? What are your thoughts on that?
Here's the funny thing about corn, though, to kind of do it. The other day, I ate corn just to see what would happen. Because you mentioned what happens to your supply when you eat corn, and I didn't see that, I guess.
When your supply.
If the poop don't move.
Oh, so grains in general have a tendency to slow down bowel flow up to 37%.
I didn't notice any difference.
And so corn might not be your issue per se, right?
Okay.
And it might not show up in that capacity, but corn is genetically modified. Like to find good, clean corn is not like an easy thing. And corn, just so that everybody's aware, it's not a vegetable. It grows on a stalk, therefore it is a grain. And so because it's not a vegetable and we perceive it as a vegetable, it's a starch. It's a high sugary carb that is hard to digest. So when you that's why you do see corn in your poop. Isn't that right, Kurt? And
I didn't see it. I wanted to just to try. I must not have ate enough corn.
I must not have. So
or still in my system.
And now the thing.
You might ask yourself if your system's already slow or fast in the first place. If it's already slow in the first place, you might not see a change.
There's not much fast about Kurt, if we're being honest. Well, he's kind of a slow guy, taking his time.
I pull a hamstring every time I try to be fast, so it's okay.
Waiting to the last minute type of stuff.
We definitely don't want your bowels to move
his
too
body
fast.
being the same way. Like, I'm going to wait till the absolute last minute deadline, and then I'm going to push this out.
Dang.
You just got thrown under the bus.
I did.
Well, you got to see, Gardy, on his birthday, he's extra sharp this morning, so he's really taking his tolls out on you.
A year older and wiser.
Yeah, he's got all of the Choppa-isms down to a T. You ask him just one.
So, what you eat's important, but
what you don't eat is more important.
Oh, see? Look at that.
You owe us royalties for using. We trademarked that.
I know. That's why I wanted to. It's his birthday. We got to take care of it.
That's your donation to
donation.
Hey, donate it to the Birthday Joy.
The $200 donation is greatly appreciated.
Wait a second. I thought it was 20.
That's funny.
For you, it's 100 times more.
And so Ashley makes a good point here. Corn comes out the same way it goes in. Huh. That's right. And so but here's the thing at movie theaters that you have to be careful is the butter that they put on that stuff is margarine. It's fake butter. It's like one chemical reaction away from plastic.
Yeah, I'm over there. Usually, and Kurt knows, I'm over there like this. But I haven't had it since, when was that? I don't know.
But and then so now the question is so talking about keeping the same theme here about heart, one of the worst fats you can put in your body is margarine or partially hydrogenated any oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil. When you put in these partially hydrogenated oils, they clog up the liver. They stress out your heart and all systems in the body. So it is one of the 4 deadly food additives. And so we want to always be looking at, that's why salad dressings are a struggle. Eating out a lot of times can be a struggle with people that are chemically sensitive because they'll walk and you'll know it. They're the people that get headaches or they get sluggish after they eat meals and they just really don't want to. They want to go out to eat, but they just don't want to go out to eat because there's always some symptom they have to, or price they have to pay, whether it's joint pain, whether it's a headache, whether it's sinus issues, whether it's bowel issues. And we have to look at the type of oil that people are putting and cooking with these days. So, somebody made a comment, what are some other good non-animal-based fats? And coconut oil and avocado oil are really great. Olive oil is always great. Not cooking with olive oil, more of using it in its raw salad, top form is best. But avoiding canola oil is a must. And anything that says on the label, if you pick up a salad dressing from the store and it says partially hydrogenated, any type of oil, whatever it is, cottonseed oil, get rid of it. Just don't even put it back or because then you could go further and say if they got partially hydrogenated oil in it, it probably has high fructose corn syrup in it. Oh. And if it says sugar-free or light on the front, then you know it's got artificial sugars in it. And the artificial sugars are worse biochemical warfare agents. We talked to a little bit last week, how it takes a negative impact on your brain and overall healthy cell function.
Yeah, you know what I think is pretty important? Even if you look at it and you see it has high fructose corn syrup, or it has the partially hydrogenated oils and all that, or canola oil, at least you're looking. And for me, like I've said, okay, I'm not going to get that. Yeah. I'm not going to get that. Or, you know what, man, my wife really wants that, or we're going to get that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this, this time. But then, like, making a difference, if you're either making an effort and or you're not at all, and then it's just like everything. So, moderation is key. And especially if you're going to have something that's not the best for you, try and be at least mindful of it. So that's kind of where I've been since the detox has been over.
And I think that's knowledge is power. When you start popping that ingredient list and you start looking for the 4 deadly food additives, and we try to make it, we start slow. You pick one thing, high fructose corn syrup. Anything that says high fructose corn syrup, take it out of your diet. That's your gum. That's salad dressings. That's obvious processed food. Anything, because it's everywhere. But if that's the one change of health, the 1 degree of health that you make this week better as a choice for your life than you made last week, then it's a win.
Yeah.
And what happens is if you go slow and steady making these little habits. I had a patient in yesterday, and he's from Norway, and he said, and he's got ulcerative colitis, which is a severe autoimmune disorder of the gut, of the large bowel. And I loved what he said, that when I asked him about food allergies, and he says, yeah, I've been working those out of my diet. And which I really love the way that came out. He said, I'm working these things out of my diet. It's a process, right? It's work, and it's not something that happened overnight. Like it's a mountain climb to get to a place where hey, these are the 10 most common foods I'm going to reach to when I'm in a pickle, and that is how you play the game. It's one step to success. And the difference between the winners and the losers is just one more step. And that's what we want to encourage people. At Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center, what we try to do is get in there, find out what it is you do for a diet. So we want you to fill out a food log. When you name a thing, you can control a thing. When you track a thing, you can control a thing. And so we analyze people's food record and see what it is they're putting in their body day in and day out. And then we pick certain areas that we want to emphasize and focus on for that week to make this week a better win than it was last week. And that way people aren't getting overwhelmed with the perfect diet, whatever that is.
I like how you always say 1 bite at a time.
1 bite at a time.
You got to...
1 bite at a time.
That's right. Good job. Kurt, out of nowhere.
So right now it's 9:26, and we were teasing earlier about getting somebody on a heart rate monitor machine. We can kind of read some of the stuff that's going on. I mean, we should probably get that started. What do you think, Dr. Chapa?
I think we should. We could totally do that. And since, Jennifer, so you want to run one on Kurt for me? Or Ethan? No, we'll do it on Kurt.
Ethan is like, what's going on? Do I got to sign a waiver?
Wake up, Ethan.
Yeah. I'm focused on the comments. I'm sorry.
And
thank you.
And now, should we move it over there since you're running a board or anything, or should we?
No, we're okay. We can actually. Well, what do you think, Kurt?
I can do it over there. Ethan can run this and hold the mobile camera at the same time.
Ethan's just gonna be focused on his own camera, which I'm okay with. Ethan, you get the promotion. He's like, we're going to the Ethan cam, the upgrade. So
you didn't even have it ready to go yet. Come on, intern.
All right, guys. So what's up, everybody? I see Stephanie Kovich is watching. Brenda said I'm back on track. That's what's up. Hey, Ashley. She mentioned her air fryer, and I said, what is an air fryer? Because it sounds like fried, and I'm down with fried food.
Yeah.
But maybe is healthier?
Well, basically, I would like to know what she cooks in hers, because but it is an air fryer. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is a device that doesn't use oil, but creates a fried-like feel. Like I took a portobello mushroom, turned it upside down. I put I took chicken salad that I had made in my food processor, packed it on top of that portobello mushroom with some a vinaigrette dressing, some salt and pepper, and stuck it in there and made myself a portobello mushroom chicken sandwich kind of thing. And it sounds really maybe not so good to folks, but
sounds good to me.
It was really delicious.
All right.
And when you eat a mushroom, the mushrooms make you feel like you're having like a steak. They give that chewy kind of feel.
Yeah.
And with the chicken, I got the protein. What's up, E? And and so
we're getting some behind the scenes actions. If you're watching on Facebook, stay tuned. We're having the mobile cam go. Curt is actually going to be getting a what is it
it's
exactly?
called a heart sound recorder.
Okay.
And so we thought we would do one. These are things that we have tools in our office. So guys, tools are the name of the game. There's no perfect diet out there. Diets are a tool, and we've got to get the tools to help you guys live better, be better, and stay better. One of the things that we do with this heart machine is it allows us to look at your mitral valve, your tricuspid valve, your aortic valve, your pulmonic valve, and see what type of areas of nutritional glitch might be going on in your body. And so we can see that live. And see, because the heart supplies 100,000 miles of cardiovascular network in your body. And if you're not quite sure what 100,000 miles looks like, that's 2 times around the earth. And in 1 minute of every pump of this heart, you can go ahead and start running. It will give us blood flow to every tissue, cell, organ, gland in the body. So the type of fuel that you're putting in your body, whether it is potassium, whether it be vitamins, whether it's sugar, processed foods, this is what your body has as a tool to use.
So Curt, he just rolled up his sleeves. He's going to make sure he shows off his tattoo for the camera. He has that little a nice little mountain tattoo, and he's over here flexing in classic Curt fashion. So we're going to do a heart sound recording monitor on this guy, and we're going to get it going. I am excited. So we got Ethan. We got Ethan over here on the camera. Curt, where is your heart? Is there one in there? What if they started recording? They're like, Curt, you don't have a heart.
That might be bad.
You don't have a heart, Curt. What's going on?
That might be bad.
He's got a heart.
You're like the Grinch. You're trying to find his.
Hold on.
Okay. All right.
So we're in studio trying to figure out how to get him comfortable. He's all nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Sweaty armpits.
This is easy. Compared to giving birth to a child, this is easy.
Well, this is true. It's
I know
definitely less.
Listen, I've done that. I know what I went through.
Yeah, he knows what he went through. It looks very painful.
The sweaty armpits don't have anything to do with him being nervous. That's just him. That's just All right. So do we have to be quiet, or does he have to be quiet?
He just has to be quiet.
Oh, this is
and just can't move.
Man, this is awesome.
Which is I know he's not going to be able to talk.
This is like another birthday present. Already. Look at him biting his tongue.
You called me last night and said you got to make this happen for me.
Can you make Curt be quiet for how long does this test take?
Apparently, it's not very long when you're not having technical difficulties. But here.
Take the rest of the show.
Oh, the rest of the show. I hope not.
Well, I'm glad we're getting started. So we have some people watching. I just want to say thank you, Denise, and to Stephanie and everybody who's been saying happy birthday. That's awesome. Hey, Brenda also had a tip. She said if you brush your egg whites on food before baking it, it'll give it a crunch also. That's a good tip. I want to try that because I like baking. I've been cooking a little bit more at home. You know, I mainly do on the stove just because I like to be able to be involved with my food, like turn it and act like I'm doing something. Whenever you bake something, you have to set it there, and I just want to watch it, you know, with the light. So if it's on the stove, then I get to, you know, just like poke it or do something. Throw some seasoning on. Ethan, do you cook much? You don't cook much. Come on, don't be lying over here.
Wow.
I'm just messing with you. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We have Curt hooked up to a heart monitor.
So what we're looking at is we're looking at live his heart. So you can watch it there, Curt. Don't wiggle, because this is like a Geiger meter. And so it's like an earthquake detector. And so what we're going to be looking at is getting him, so you can't talk, we can talk, and a gun could go off in here. As long as he doesn't wiggle and giggle, it'll pick up only his heart rhythm. And so I'm just, go ahead, you can record that. And already seeing some things. I'm going to have to show you all a normal picture because really his heart isn't resting between the first and second beat like it's supposed to.
Curt.
And so that's just exactly what you see here, Ethan. If you want to come back and look at this, we should see a break between the first beat and the second beat like you see in this picture here. And because we don't see that, his heart isn't taking the necessary rest. So the heart should be at rest in a 2-to-1 ratio compared to its work rest cycle. And so this is showing him not taking a break. It is constant. Lub dub is like, it's just one continuous heartbeat. Now he gets a little break on the back side, but it's really not. He actually misses a couple heartbeats right here. So maybe it's the Bang energy drink. Maybe it's minerals. And maybe next week I will do the same test again. Like, there's more missed beats. So you're actually missing heartbeats, and you're going to go right over on the sternum.
I wonder, what does that mean, like, for his health? Is he okay?
That's B vitamins. So everything that we look for in the office is to control rate, rhythm, and tone in the heart. And so in this case, when I see this, I know that there are B vitamin deficiencies, there are potassium deficiencies, and we've got to evaluate, that moving forward so that we can help his heart run more effectively. I could literally give him B vitamins right now, had I brought some.
Yes. So we have some questions coming in, Dr. Shop, but can we get
ahead.
some of these? So Naola says, I was diagnosed with a heart murmur once. Is this the same?
I would see that on this test. And yes, we could evaluate it. Basically, the murmur is just either a pre-systolic or a post-systolic regurgitation issue where you have a valve problem.
So here's
and so we have to fix that. And valves in the body are all mineral glitches and mineral deficiencies.
Okay, here's another question about valves, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this. This is from Amber. She said, I have mitral valve prolapse with regurgitation. Is there anything I should be doing nutritionally to help the valve leakage from worsening?
So whenever you have, again, these valves have to have adequate fats and adequate minerals in order to function like they're supposed to. So there's quite a few things we could do. We use fat-soluble B vitamins. We have water-soluble B vitamins, and we get in there and get the fats right in order to nourish the tissue, and then we do mineral repletion in order to fix the underlying, concern, or at least improve it.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these folks have had this a really long time, and so it's not going to fix like overnight, but we can and have seen changes in these tests in minutes. We can change. Like with him skipping heartbeats, I could give him a product in our office called Cataplex B, and it would literally show us a change in getting that second heartbeat back inside of 10 minutes possibly.
Yeah, Kurt, he's not allowed to talk right now still, but it seems like there's a little bit of worry in his eyes. Like, did you not know this?
It's kind of cool to find out about this, to see what it is. But if it's just a matter of
look at this one again,
getting B vitamins and
so now
that's easy. Like I'll go down to and just get some B vitamins and plug them in.
And so now it comes to the question is what type of B vitamins are you going to plug in? Most B vitamins that are sold in the market today are coal tar derivatives. And so we don't want coal tar derivatives. We want real nutrients. Going back to that vitamin C complex, we want the full the vitamin B complex as well. And we want to make sure we know where our source of B vitamins are coming from. And, they do come from some grains that they come. Hello, Taco. And in this case, we're looking and we can see correlations where he has adrenal stress. That's what we're seeing here. There's a bunch of static in the line. So go ahead and stay right there, and I'm going to run through some of these. That way we can show it to him. And when we look at this heart sound and we see that that's the first sound, second sound, he's got an extra beat here. And that's what it should look like, but it should be 2/3 to 1/3. The first sound should be 2/3 bigger than the second. And so he's got adrenal stress. So he's working overtime and his adrenals are wiped out. His essential fats look decent here. This actually looks pretty good, 2/3, 1/3. That's what you really want. But you want that to be consistent across the board where it's not. He's still got static in the lines, and this means that his phosphorus levels are low. So phosphorus could regulate the rate, rhythm, and tone of the heart. The tricuspid valve and the mitral are our most important valves we want to evaluate and look at, and these guys are definitely showing glitch. They should go 3 peaks, and yours has a peak, but then it drops. That drop that's actually okay, but then you got some of that post-systolic regurgitation where it's like a valve problem. The valve isn't as healthy as it could be. Here, you've got like just almost 2 heartbeats that never really take a break. So this is a issue that we can evaluate and revisit very quickly inside of a week, 2 weeks, and see improvement. Remember, 100,000 beats in 24 hours. You don't want insufficiency 2/3 of your life or 30 years out of your life. You want to try to create change. And this was based off of an acoustic cardiograph that was done, built by a guy named Royal Lee back in like the 20s. And this is just a digital version of that. And here's where we're skipping heartbeats. So there are definite areas, Curt, where we could improve your overall function and vitality. And I'm just curious, since I have you here.
You look concerned. I'm concerned, Curt. What's going on?
I'm a little concerned as well, but not really concerned because he said
these are all fixable things. These are all very fixable things. And so just put your finger in there and let's see what the oxygen concentration is and get one more data point here.
Hashtag pray for Curt. You know? I'm going to keep this going today.
That's right. We're going to have to raise a GoFundMe for Curt.
Maybe so. Need something.
97. So 97 is not bad. But at the end of the day, you're going to live. But here's the thing. 97, 98. We obviously 100 is best, right?
She said heart rate's 91.
The heart rate. Yeah, the heart rate's a little fast, but that's because you're over there.
I'm nervous.
You're jumping on the Bang drinks and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it would be a fun experiment.
I would love to see this without the Bang drink.
I would.
Because I bet it would be totally.
And that would be. But again, guys,
bring it next Tuesday. I won't drink an energy drink before. I'll take some B vitamins this week. See where we're at next week.
So look, here's the deal. But this goes back to what I've always said. What you eat's important.
But what you don't eat is more important.
I love this game. This is so much fun.
Yes, it is.
You guys are learning.
Yay!
All right. So,
it is.
all right. So, what else do we got question-wise? We got anything else floating around out there?
Yeah, there are some questions. This is from Perry Brooks at 3BQ. Was asking questions. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. He said, "What can I do about?" And he spells it Angina.
Angina is chest pain. So, a lot of times when you have chest pain, it's an oxygen issue. We use a product in our office called Cardio Plus and Cataplex E2. And what it does is it helps drive oxygen in the tissue, and oxygen would be the very thing that your heart is asking for when you have angina or chest pain. And so great question and something definitely we can help you with. And this is what we do at our office, guys, is we use our tools to see into the window of the body. And if you take care, think about it, if you take care of your heart, and your heart is your most nutritionally responsive organ, what other organs can be affected when you get your heart nutrition right? And that's the game. And that's why we use this test in our office and why we are so thankful to have it. And this is just a good experiment. So yes, even though Curt is in studio, yes, even though Curt just had a Bang energy drink, this could be potentially his day every day when he does these habits.
We'll find out.
And so this is one of the things that we want people to see. Mm-hmm. And so people go, well, how reproducible is it? It's very reproducible. It's a Geiger meter. It doesn't. All this device is an input meter, and it's measuring the rhythm of the heart. It's called a heart sound recorder because everybody thinks lub-dub, but it's really just tracking the movement patterns of the heart, and it gives us the data points to know where his heart is right now. And these are things that we can start addressing.
Here's the one thing that I have to ask. With this situation, like knowing this information, you're not doomed, right? Like, I'm not doomed. You can make those changes.
Well, they're not doomed.
No.
You. I don't know.
So here's the thing, right? Anything your body can develop, here's another one. It can undevelop.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So here's one of the games that why we have tools like this, and why when we look at blood work, we don't look at blood work from a pathological perspective. We want to catch blood work in the functional pathways where we find the glitches before they become disease. Symptom patterns are just check engine lights on a dashboard that says, "Hey, go get this checked out." And if you ignore that for 25 years, well, yeah, you might be more susceptible to being doomed, right? Mm-hmm. But if you just got a piece of information. Now it's up to you to do something about it, right?
That's
and so
cool.
And that's the beauty of what it is that we do at Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center. So guys, if you do have questions, justlivewell.com is a great place to start getting answers. Visit our office. Call us at 281-554-8600. These are the type of tools and things that Jennifer and I and Dr. Amber have access to help serve you guys better. And we believe that all life starts and stops at the cellular level. And nutrition, guys, is the fundamental backbone that allows your body to either get control and move forward or to crash and burn into doom state that you just stated.
Wait, I got a question real quick, and this goes off of what Perry Brooks from 3BQ asked. He he was kind of asking, so it's not high blood pressure. He's talking about the chest pain. He had asked that question. Could it potentially be high blood pressure?
I mean, the high. So, but once again, to me, angina and high blood pressure they're all related to the heart, but they're different check engine lights relating to different type of nutritional deficiencies. So like high blood pressure, for example, what I find often is food allergy inflammation. So people are intolerant to certain foods, and they keep eating these foods over and over again, and their blood pressure goes up in response to the inflammatory food that they're putting in their system. So when we change their diet, and I will go ahead and just say this because and there may be some naysayers out there. I don't know. I hope not. But yesterday I had a patient come in and tell me that their digestive complaint that food had no bearing on why they got diverticulitis, and I just was beside myself because they did their own test and they went and ate popcorn at a movie and their diverticulitis flared up, right?
Say it one more time. Popcorn at the
movies. And their diverticulitis flared up. And that's a massive pain. It's massive inflammation in the gut. And so obviously food does matter. And so anybody that tells you that food has no impact on your health really doesn't know anything and shouldn't be telling you and be a voice in your life because food is a powerful medicine. It is the medicine. And if you eat junk, you're going to have junk, garbage in, garbage out. And so that's why I try to get people to realize that what you put in your body is important, but what you
don't put.
Yes,
way to go, Ethan!
It's more important. Dang it, Kurt. You're always just in left field.
I'm sorry. I'm still focusing on my heart.
Here's something else. This is from Perry. He said, which he makes excellent barbecue. We had the opportunity to have him on campus. He's going to be at the Bay Area Houston Food Lovers event that's taking place, I believe, in March. But he said, hey, can I barter with barbecue to come into the office? And I said, yes, I'll eat it for Dr. Chop. I'll go ahead and work out the details. Feel free to go ahead and make that appointment and barbecue for me, and we'll work it out. And I said, I haven't had barbecue in about a day, so I'm kind of having withdrawals.
Gardy did 9 days in a row of barbecue.
I did. It was one of the best decisions. No, I just didn't get it yesterday. This is just like life.
He was trying to do 21-day detox
on
barbecue.
Retox. Well, but barbecue's not bad though. I mean,
he was doing chicken. It was white meat.
Yeah, like smoked turkey, smoked chicken, smoked sausage, and biscuit.
I have a green egg at home, and I made some chicken and shrimp the other day, and it was so delightful.
That's what's up.
So yeah, I don't know if there was a question in there or not. Did we have a question?
No, just other than like bartering. And I told him bartering with barbecue. I said yes. I'll work out the details as long as I'll just eat the barbecue.
Wait, is there a question?
Wait, is there a question? Did I miss something?
Just say yes.
He's trying to change the barbecue. Yes. Hey, Dr. Chop, let's go back to the heart thing for just a little bit, because what you mentioned. There were some steps that we could take for this week, and I just want to make sure that I get those steps right before this show gets over, so that next week when we do this again, that I'm on the right track and we can see that, hey, even in a week, this change happened.
Your health depends on it, Kurt. You need to take note. Ethan, can you write this down for Kurt? I'm kind of worried about him right now. His heart's looking funny.
Yes. What should we do this week so we can change it?
Everybody put it on your calendar that you're going to be at our office at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday night, and where we're going to go through our Nutrition 101 class talking about heart-healthy living. And this is Heart Month, so this is why we focused so much teaching this month on the power of the heart and the things that you can start leveraging, whether it's cholesterol, blood pressure, salts. I mean, all we're going to try to discuss as many things as we can inside of these short little segments. But we got to help people realize that, number one, what you eat's important, but what you don't eat is more important. So we've got to start taking inventory of what we're eating day in and day out. So track a food log. That'd be step one. Step two, drink more water. Step three, make sure that you're getting good, adequate sleep. Number four, make sure that you're eating green leafy vegetables every day, a salad the size of your head. So you have the barbecue, but also have a salad the size of your head. And I just said that because I saw your bald head over there. And
man,
that's a big nod.
Big salad.
And then eat big fats. So we want codfish. We want tuna. We want salmon coming into our diet this week more frequently. We want to make sure that we're eating the avocado or the coconut oils, cooking with the good healthy oils. So evaluate the type of fats that you're taking in. going back to butter is a good source of good fat. Lard is a good source of good fat.
I got a question about the butter.
Yeah.
Because butter has the dairy, right? And if I've been avoiding dairy and then cooking with butter, like what's up with it?
Oh, good question. So people always ask, well, I thought you said I couldn't have any dairy products. That's right. You can't have milk, cheese, yogurt, sour cream, ice cream, whey protein, creamy dressings, ice cream, or dressings.
Margarine?
Or margarine. But no, margarine's of plastic. It's not even in the dairy department. So, but butter is not in that conversation because it has 0.067% casein in it. It isn't really a casein product. And what we're trying to avoid when we're getting inflammatory dairy product out, what we're speaking to is the protein. So people that say, oh, I'm lactose intolerant, well, I'm actually thankful that doctors tell them that because at least it gets them off the dairy. But they're really not lactose intolerant. They're casein sensitive. They're protein sensitive. So when people are allergic to soy, they're allergic to soy protein. When they're allergic to corn, they're allergic to the zyme and protein. When they're allergic to wheat, they're allergic to the gluten. When they're allergic to the milk, they're allergic to the casein. When they're allergic to eggs, it's albumin. So there's the molecular protein that people are sensitive to as opposed to the actual fat. So people, if you look at butter, butter is fat. So people aren't sensitive to the fat.
Yeah.
Now, if you eat junky butter that is loaded with, a bad source of cow or something like that, that they fed poorly, that fat might not be healthy fat. That's why you got to get good quality butter.
I'm on that Kerrygold.
Kerrygold's a great butter.
I've been using Kerrygold.
Take a bite.
And you could totally take a bite. My kids shock people whenever they grab, a stick of butter and take a little, bite out of it. But here's the thing: is butter is good saturated fat. It has no casein in it, so it's not inflammatory to the body. And that's not an absolute. I mean, there are people that have been so sensitive to casein that even that 0.067% of casein present is enough to mess them up.
Yeah.
So it's very, very rare.
I was at a restaurant. It was a Mexican restaurant the other day, and I actually I got fajitas, but part of it was like a Diablo shrimp or something like that. So it was like a jalapeno, and I didn't know they put cheese in there.
Mozzarella or
so I told them, they brought it out, and they were really nice, above and beyond. And I was like, hey, I don't, at this time, I'm not eating dairy. I don't eat cheese at all, and I haven't really been, unless it's like on a taco and we're filming. But that's different. There's different rules. But I said, I don't need it. So they took them back, and they're like, well, do you not want the butter, the melted butter on the side, which I don't know if that's what kind of butter they use. But I was like, well, no, you can leave that. I may use it. But after I kind of went on a little thing, they kind of like called me on it, like, well, do you know what the butter is? Well, I'm like, no, you can leave the butter. It's good, But
you were thinking, it is different because it's fat. Now, whether or not you got real butter,
good butter or fake stuff,
is an answer to a different question. However, but the grand theme is milk, cheese, yogurt, sour cream, ice cream, whey protein is not your friend. It is not a health food. It's not good for your body. It is the number 2 most common food allergy in the country, and it's because it's adulterated and processed to the hilt. I mean, it is just not healthy for us anymore.
Okay.
But butter, good quality, clean butter can do your body some good. And no one comes in my office with a fat deficiency. Their body needs non-inflammatory, healthy fats in more abundance than they're getting. And I'm literally retraining people to believe that healthy fats are okay again. Like we're fighting that battle of good fats versus bad fats, and not demonizing all fats.
Yeah.
Because of quote unquote studies that may or may not have good legitimacy.
Cool. It looks like they should do the branding for butter that they did for milk in the 80s and 90s. Like,
butter does the body
good.
Butter
does the body good, and got butter.
And
just like a butter mustache
all over your mouth.
Exactly. It's 9:52. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. We're talking to Dr. Aaron Chapa. We're talking to Dr. Jennifer Withy from Living Well Clinical Nutrition, located in Leak City, Texas, 815 East Main Street, 281-554-8600, justlivewell.com. You can go to their website, find out more information, how you can get a hold of him. I see a lot of people that have been interested. It doesn't hurt. Just make the phone call. Why should somebody go to your website and just fill out all the forms?
Well, so number one is if you have symptom patterns that you weren't genetically born with, we want to encourage you to recognize that as a sign. That is your body crying out for help, and we give people alternatives to drugs and surgery. We're not going to just give you a pill for an ill. We're going to recondition the tissues in the body, supplement them with good, wholesome foods and good, wholesome nutrients that your body needs to make a better directional change for the next 10 years. Every decision you make today impacts the next 15 years of your life. So when you go to our website, we've got cool surveys up there that we have they're free. There's just a way that you can kind of assess, different aspects of your digestive system, your sleep system, your anxiety system, your energy pathways, your allergies, anything that's going on. We've got several of them up there. And those just give you their tools. Again, and symptom assessment is a great way of evaluation. Then when you fill out the new patient paperwork, you'll go through there and see that we're pretty extensive. There's a lot of things that we're asking. And the reason we're asking these things is because we want to hear your story. We want you to know that when you come in, we're going to literally debug and try to unravel, break into your case, and figure out how we can crack it open and help set you free back on the path of health and vitality. And we do that without drugs and surgery. So my mission is to get people well without drugs and surgery. And God has given me a great team, having Jennifer on board, having Dr. Amber on board. And when we come in to a room, we have this idea that we can serve the greater good in our community without drugs and surgery, with good, wholesome foods. And we're going to teach people how to live better, be better, and stay better one bite at a time. So give us a call, 281-554-8600, or visit our website at justlivewell.com, and we've got answers for you if you need them.
I got one thought, and this it's kind of a question, but I'm gonna leave it out there as a teaser, and maybe we can touch on this next week if you want to, Dr. Chapa. Do you think in 20 years that there is any food out there, whether that's like sugar or some of these like fake foods or the high fructose corn syrup, that will be seen in the way that smoking has changed from whenever cigarettes first came out, people didn't know the effect, and everybody just did it inside around kids, airports, airplanes. It didn't matter,
right.
And then we realized, wow, secondhand smoke. Wow, this can lead to other issues. This is tearing our bodies apart. So now people know, and people still do it. It's your choice.
Right.
But do you think there are any foods out there, and we can maybe tease this for next week if we have a time, that'll kind of be almost seen as, man, we just didn't know.
That's right.
And we'll learn, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, the effects that it has on our bodies.
I can see if I can pull up even for next week just some of the old ads that Coca-Cola had. Mm-hmm. Babies sucking Coca-Cola out of a bottle. And that
baby
was
bottle.
Baby bottles. I mean, that's the game.
Wow.
That we thought that Coke was better, that they made claims that sugar would suppress your appetite and it, as it will, but it also make you hungrier 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
And so we could totally play those games. And it's just like this whole idea that artificial sugars that we're putting in our daily lives in diet drinks and light drinks and sugar-free drinks and zero drinks. These things are, they are low calorie, they are low sugar, but they are actually biochemical warfare agents. They're toxins that cause neural degeneration and cause our bodies to break down faster than they should. And I would love to play those games, because here's the thing is, we have to get back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals are, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, and vegetables and proteins as good, healthy food intakes. So
I love it. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Withy as well. And Curt, if you're watching right now, I think you just need to lift up Curt in prayer. Bow your head and say,
wow.
We want to keep that heart nice and strong.
It wasn't like it was like, hey, Curt, you're going to die tomorrow.
Well, no, it wasn't.
See? Think of the positives, Gardy. Don't.
I'm just overly concerned. I'm just concerned.
Hey, that's right. We're going to boil the frog slowly.
That heart. We're boiling that heart slow, and that's what's happening. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
God bless
Stay
you,
tuned.
everybody.
About a boom. Hey, what's up, folks? Stay on here. We're going to be talking about food, prep food, healthy food, all kinds of delicious food. I am excited. I'm going to take this opportunity to mention one more time the Birthday Joy program and everything that they do. They throw birthday parties for kids who are in group homes, that are in foster care, that are living in shelters, local kids. They throw birthday parties for them, and you have the opportunity to help out. During this month, actually, we've been kind of promoting the Birthday Joy program till Friday. You can drop off items at KHEA Radio. We're located at 601 Delaney Road in Lamarck. We're a part of Abundant Life Christian Center. You can drop off items at Living Well Clinical Nutrition. You can drop off items at Butler's Courtyard and Children's Oasis Education Program, which is in Dickinson. So, Curt, for my birthday, brought in some presents that we're going to be giving to the Birthday Joy program. So we're going to make sure that some kids are getting these. He also brought a Taco Bell gift card. You can bring a gift card, maybe like to Target, a gift card to Walmart, something, anything like that. And also
I felt like
donate presents and party supplies.
I felt that the Taco Bell gift card was, because I told you yesterday, like it was going to be an opportunity for these kids who have maybe never gone out to eat before to go out to eat.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about one of these kids are going to be able to go to Taco Bell and eat some delicious tacos.
Taco Bell.
I looked for a gift card for the place that we went to yesterday in Bay Cliff.
Yes.
But it wasn't at Walmart.
It was not. Hey, you know what? We're going to take a look at a video that we have going on. This is a brand new giveaway video. We're going to be picking the winner for it tomorrow. So, hey, if you haven't had the opportunity to share this out, check this out.
This is Gardy with KHEA Radio. I'm at 6612 Seawall at Texas Pit Stop Barbecue in Galveston, Texas. We're teaming up doing a giveaway for you. All you have to do to be eligible to win is like this video, comment on this video, and share this video out for everybody to see so you can come win some award-winning barbecue. Go like KHEA Radio on Facebook. Go like Texas Pit Stop Barbecue on Facebook. Teaming up, making this giveaway happen for you.
What's up, folks? Hey, we're back. That was a look at the Texas Pit Stop in the Galveston location. They have another location in Lamarck, and right now we're going to be speaking to Melissa about her business and everything that she has going on. There's some food in studio. It gets dangerous in here when the food goes down. We got Missy's Meals, and let me see. So y'all are located in Dickinson, and I see a phone number. So Facebook, it's Missy's Meals.
Yes,
that's how they can find
correct.
Is that what is that over there?
A little bit of deliciousness. Look at this.
So I brought y'all a chorizo, egg, and cheese quesadilla.
Oh, man.
Eat it.
I can smell it.
Some smoked pulled pork tacos. And one of our favorites are house-breaded chicken fried steak, egg, and cheese sandwich on Texas toast.
Oh. And this is supposed to be healthy?
Oh, no, I didn't say it was healthy.
Yeah! That's what's up.
So there's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, most of our items that we have hot, either grab and go or made to order, are not as healthy, but I did bring y'all some of our healthy meal prep options.
So you do healthy and
yes.
If you just need food, let's go.
Yes.
Like it's time to throw down.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Man. So that's our wild caught cod with a chimichurri sauce and a white bean carrot saute.
What is chimichurri sauce?
It's a mixture of fresh herbs. I use basil, cilantro, mint, and parsley. Okay. And it's mixed up with red pepper flakes, a little bit of fresh lemon, and olive oil.
That sounds good. Mm-hmm. So there's also a couple tacos. We're really big fans of tacos here. Mm-hmm. And what kind of tacos are these right here?
These are our smoked pulled pork, egg, and cheese. And we smoke our pork for 12 hours till it just literally falls off the bone.
Dang. Mm-hmm. So we got some people commenting. They're like, I want the pulled pork now. I'm like, come on. There's a lot of food in here. You'd be able to eat some. And I am excited. So we have Melissa in, and we're going to be talking and going on the FM in about 3 minutes as well. So feel free to share this video out. If you have any questions, go ahead and let us know. We had Dr. Aaron Chop in. We were talking about some cool stuff he has going on. I think he has a meeting on Thursday, and we always talk about health and fitness and eating good and just like balance with Dr. Chapa. Have you heard of him before?
I have. I actually attended 2 of his Thursday night events that were at Butler's Courtyard. Served up some really delicious all-vegetarian soup that was in line with their detox program.
We were able to try that, I believe. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that soup, Kurt?
Oh, yeah, the soup.
Whenever we were on that detox, it was almost difficult to find food that tasted good because we were cooking it ourselves. And that's an issue. So I remember with the soup, I was like, man, finally something warm. I'm not eating, like a bell pepper or something like that. And it just was good. What kind of soup did you have there? Do you remember?
So I just there was 13 different vegetables in it that were all within the guidelines of the detox. And I make a vegetable stock in-house. So it just had a little bit of our vegetable stock and a whole bunch of different vegetables, including zucchini, bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, garlic, squash, kale, and spinach, I believe.
That's awesome. Hey, Curt, Ethan, do y'all want any? Who's
I want
hungry?
to try that quesadilla.
Hey, you said it even better.
Got a whiff of that.
You want the quesadilla, or do you want a taco? Or look at this. This sandwich looks delicious.
Let me see the
Ethan.
sandwich. I didn't see the sandwich.
Oh, I feel like Ethan deserves this.
Oh.
It's chicken fried steak with an egg on there, on the Texas toast.
I have mustard, mayonnaise.
Oh,
and
this is
ketchup if
double
you want.
dipped.
There's two of them on top of
It's heavy. It's heavy. Be careful now. And so make sure you get some shots and show some people what they're missing out on right now.
All for me.
Ethan, yes, you work hard.
I am blessed.
Hashtag.
And I also brought we do a roasted tomato habanero salsa and a tomatillo serrano. So I brought both of those for you.
So, okay, share with us a little bit before we go on the FM. We got 40 seconds.
Okay.
Like, how long have you been cooking?
So I actually started my personal chef service. I used to work for the Astros. So when they would go out of town, I would cook for people in their homes. And that was 13 years ago that I started doing that. And I've run Missy's Meals. Now we've been in that location for almost 3 years, and I was in Santa Fe prior to that. So I've been cooking I've been in restaurants since I was 13 years old.
That's cool.
I've been a chef for about 14 years.
Okay, we got 10 seconds. We're going to go on the FM right now. We'll reintroduce you and let you introduce your business as well.
Okay.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have a special guest in studio, and we're going to be introducing some delicious food. We have a whole bunch of food in front of us. I'm excited because there's also some tacos. So we have Melissa. Melissa, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Can you introduce the name of your business? What's the name and what do y'all do?
We are Missy's Meals Personal Chef Services. We have a storefront in Dickinson where we serve hot grab-and-go or made-to-order breakfast and lunch. But we also do things like meal prep, family meals ready to go, catering, in-house parties, anything you need a chef for, we offer.
Cool. Whenever you say made-to-order, does that mean if I show up and order, you'll make it? Or do I need to call and order ahead? Like, hey, I want breakfast and lunch on these days. Y'all will customize it?
Yes, absolutely. So I work with people. I email them questions, and once they answer them, I'll provide between 20 and 30 different options for them.
Wow.
As far as our meals go. The meals that they're in a BPA-free microwave-safe container. You just pop them in the microwave whenever you're ready for them. But made to order, also breakfast and lunch. You can come in, and we offer all kinds of different vegetables as well as meats. So you can pretty much make your own taco or omelet or sandwich or anything that you'd like.
That's cool. So let's say I have some health goals. Like, I'm not really eating that much dairy right now, right? So if I contacted you and said, hey, I like to eat meat, I like to eat vegetables, I'm not really big on dairy right now, can you help me out? I want to lose weight or I want to maintain. Is that something that people would ask you to do?
Absolutely. And actually, 2 of the meals that I brought are both dairy-free. I have a butternut squash soup that has curried chicken, and it's made with coconut milk. And then the cod with the chimichurri is also dairy-free. The cod is more of the Mediterranean diet style, so you have legumes in there that are freshly prepared with the other vegetables and the fish. And the butternut squash soup really falls in line with a lot of different diets. But I love to cook for people real food, as much grown from the ground as possible, and give them fresh options that taste good but are good for them.
Okay, somebody has a question. This is Miss Tina Woods, who is living in Dickinson. I know her, and her son actually works here as well. But she said, where are you located in Dickinson?
I'm actually at the corners of 646 and 517. I'm inside the Chevron there that's at that intersection.
Okay, 646.
And 517. There's also Subway, Little Caesars, a barber shop right there in the same strip center.
Okay, cool. So you can go in, and what kind of hours do you keep?
So we say that we open at 6 a.m., but I'm ready to serve by 4:30 every morning because there is a lot of people that come through either heading to work at the plants in Baytown or Texas City, or just have early mornings as well. So we're ready to serve by 4:30 every morning, and we serve lunch until 2 or whenever we sell out of the specials, which happens often.
Okay, so I noticed we went to our mobile cam, and Ethan's eyes are rolling in the back of his head as he eats that chicken fried egg sandwich. Ethan, how is it over there? Can you even talk right now? That looks good. He's over there. That's good stuff, as I'm a little bit behind on the stream as I watch. It's 10:08 a.m. We're talking to Melissa from Missy's Meals. You open and are ready to serve at 4:30 a.m. What time do you get there?
Between 2:30 and 3.
What time do you go to sleep? And are you about to go to bed?
As soon as I put my kids to bed. So my kids usually go to bed between 7:30 and 8, and I'm right after them.
Man. So, okay. So we talked about this a little bit on our Facebook stream, but we haven't mentioned it on the FM. So can you kind of share, I guess, a little bit about your background? You know, how'd you get into cooking? Why'd you get into cooking? Why cooking?
Well, I grew up in Galveston, and my parents actually met at a restaurant, and they both worked at Guido's, and I've always been around food. I started working in restaurants when I was 13.
Doing what, though?
So when I was 13, I worked at the Little League fields down in Galveston in the concession stand, so learning how to make all the unhealthy food.
Yeah, the nacho cheese,
nachos,
hot dogs,
French
chili,
fries, hot dogs. Yeah, absolutely.
Snow cones.
And then over the years, I've worked in restaurants all over the place, from everything hostess to bartender, waiter, manager.
What's been the most fun position that you've had so far?
Probably being a chef for the Astros.
That sounds legit. Like
very hard work. So a lot of times it's 7 hours a day, 18 hours, or 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, but well worth it.
What era Astros? Like around what years were that?
So I left the Astros for good 4 years ago. I believe. Yeah. So, and I worked there for 10 years.
Wow.
So before.
You know, so maybe this is the wrong time to bring this up, but we know people who like work for the Astros, and I guess after the World Series, they gave every one of their staff members a
yeah, I wasn't there.
I know, it's like, what happened?
It was a $250,000 bonus. Would you just imagine, like, hey, here's $250,000.
Some of them getting like the rings if you're on, some of the staff and all that. It's just like, man.
Dang, can you imagine?
No.
Well,
but when I was there, I did get to do a lot of really neat positions. I ran the sweets food for a long time, and then when we opened the Insperity Club, that was my baby. I ran the Diamond Club, the Insperity Club, and then fed the press and players every day.
So I've eaten in the Insperity Club before, and it's always really good. And I would see some of the players' family members, that's where they would be. Like, because people are always like, oh, the Diamond Club, which is phenomenal. In either one, if you ever have the opportunity, have Curt buy you some tickets and go, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's top of the line food. It's really well done, very classy, by a good organization. And so you were kind of a part of that.
Yes, I was the chef that ran all of that. And also something that people don't really know is there at Minute Maid, it's one of the largest catering spaces in all of Houston. So every single day of the year we would have caterings. Anything from small intimate weddings to parties where people would lay down wood floors over the entire baseball field and have humongous parties. Yeah.
I saw next year they're going to have one of WWE's main wrestling attractions there at Minute Maid, which I thought was interesting because usually it's at Toyota Center, some of the wrestling stuff. But I was like, that's cool. I think Elton John had a concert there and maybe Taylor Swift, but because usually you see concerts at the other venues, but Minute Maid is set up to do those things as well.
Yes.
So there's always something going on. So the food needs to come out almost every day.
Yes.
I just want to be able to fly my drone over Minute Maid Park. Dang,
yeah, good luck.
MLB.
Yeah,
they're
good luck.
They're the only one. Like, I can fly over NBA stadiums, but they will not let you fly over MLB stadiums.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So we're talking to Melissa. She's located in Dickinson, Texas at 750 FM 517 West. If you want to get some breakfast, she's going to be there. She's going to beat you. What time are you there going to open it up again?
I'm ready to serve by 4:30 every morning.
Do you have any grab-and-go breakfast ready to go?
All the time. So we do bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, chorizo, egg, and cheese, potato, pulled pork, brisket, and then we do daily specials. There's a different special every day.
Oh, cool.
We also have sandwiches, grab-and-go, our hand-breaded chicken fried steak, a crispy chicken, bacon, sausage, turkey.
You know what I was going to say? The cool thing about, you brought food in today, and I just had the quesadilla. And the crazy thing for me was that I ate it, and it was still warm. And you were out there for like 15 minutes, you know? Like, Ethan, it's not like you were out there putting it in the microwave before you walked in, right?
No, we grilled it right before I came.
Well, that's just you were saying. You're like, hope it's not soggy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was. I picked it up, and I'm like, wow, these are really hot. And Ethan's over there enjoying it. How much? Can you hold up what you have left? That's a big sandwich.
Man, this thing is delicious, right? So the edges are like a 10, all right, out of 10.
Of course.
And then you get to the center, and it's like kind of fluffy. And, oh, man, it's just so good.
I think we just created like a food connoisseur. Like the description was way better than I could ever do.
We just won't ever tell his mom. He's like, so today I had a chicken breast and
Ethan,
bread.
You had a what?
And
you
eggs.
had bread today? Ethan's mom's a dietitian.
And your mom's okay with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's not watching.
Hopefully not.
It's 10:13. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We had Dr. Aaron Chapa in the first hour, and we are excited to have him on every Tuesday talking about health and nutrition. Right now we have Melissa in from Missy's Meals. We're going to keep talking until about 11 o'clock. Kickstart's going to be going on today. I am excited. So I want to hear more about your story. So you worked for the Astros for 10 years, you know, working in different Insperity Club, Diamond Club, just, you know, being a chef, making it happen every day, right?
Yes.
So after that, you decide to leave, you want to open your own catering, or how does that go?
Well, when the Astros would be out of town and I had a little bit more free time, I would go into people's homes and cook for them a whole month's worth of meals, 3 weeks worth of meals, whatever that they ordered. And after about 6 months of doing that, I got so busy just by word of mouth that I had to find a commercial kitchen that I could rent to go in at least a couple days a week to make very large amounts of meals for people. And that led me into the farmers markets. And at one time, I was doing 6 different farmers markets all around Houston, from Kingwood out to near Katy, the Rice University Farmers Market I used to be at every Tuesday, Clear Lake Shores. And I would sell my meals that I brought for y'all to see. And just 5 meals a week and sell out. And then I needed a storefront to be able to prepare more. So I opened my first place in Santa Fe and was there for a couple years, and I've been in Dickinson for almost 3 years now.
What's the response like from people when they show up and they eat the meals that you have ready for them?
I always get emails of people thanking me, you know, that they've been ordered by doctors or they're working with a personal trainer and they have no time to make the meals themselves, or they just don't know how.
Right.
So people are always very grateful that I can make meals specifically for them. I mean, I have one client that has 27 different food allergies. So
what?
Yes. So for her to be able to eat and not worry about, you know, anything giving her a reaction, she's always been grateful.
Yeah. I have a question. Has Jose Altuve ever tried one of these breakfast tacos? Because that's what I need to know. Like, is this something that Jose Altuve has tried?
You know, actually, we used to do an omelet station in their locker room on Sunday games.
Oh, that's cool. They'd all customize it, just be like, I want this, and this.
Yeah, we'd have about 18 different ingredients for them to choose from and make the omelets right there for them so that they'd get a good powerhouse breakfast before a Sunday game.
When I'm in a situation like that, I get overwhelmed and I make really bad decisions. Like, it's better left to an expert, a chef, because I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And there's fruit. I like fruit, you know, throw the fruit and the cheese and the tomatoes and the mushrooms and sauerkraut. I don't know. It's just too much for me, you know, and I'm like, I'd rather just be like, I want that, and the picture looks good. Make it, please, just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm looking at the ingredients in this Missy's Meals that you have in front of me. This is a pre-prepped meal that you can throw in the microwave. It says for 2 to 2.5 minutes. It's got cod, carrot, beans, herbs, onions, garlic. Never had cod before.
It's good.
Oh, it's so
I don't
good.
think I've ever had cod.
I think it's one of the more healthier fish options.
And it's more of a meaty. You know, some fish is like very flaky and small. Cod is thick and just, I mean, it tastes delicious. And with that chimichurri sauce on top of there, it just adds to the flavor of the fish.
You know, usually when you go to a restaurant and if they have cod on the menu, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Or like if you're at HEB or the grocery store and you're buying it, I think, is that the case? It's like a better fish or a nicer fish?
It's more a little more expensive than some of the others. So.
I know people like The Rock, you know, the wrestler and actor Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's just like, I eat 10 cod a day, you know, in eggs or something. Not really 10 cod, but you know what I mean. He just eats a lot of cod.
Yeah.
That it's high in everything that your body needs to look like The Rock. So there's that. If you eat enough of those, Curt, you may look like The Rock.
Might. This is awesome. I'm interested to try this. So when we're talking about these kind of meals, can you buy like an entire week at a time? Can you?
Most of my customers do prefer to do that. So even though I close by 2 for lunch, the storefront itself is actually open 24 hours a day. So I email my customers as soon as their meals are ready for pickup, and it's always at their earliest convenience. So they can come in at midnight if that's when they get off and pick up their meals. We usually have them ready same day or next day, depending on the size of the order, but people can pick up 7 days a week, 24 hours a day once they've placed their order.
So you don't have to come and pick it up on like a Monday.
Nope.
You can order anytime and come and pick it up.
Yes, and some people will give me their full order, but they say give me days Sunday through Wednesday on Sunday, and then Thursday through Saturday I'll pick up on Thursday.
It's more fresh.
Yes.
So yeah, you'll pick up the first half of the order, and then you pick up the other one. Because sometimes I'll just throw my wife not under the bus, but just put some laundry out there. Like, you know, if there's something sitting in the fridge, you know, she may eat it like 1 day, 2 days, probably not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like whenever there's something, okay, like this is for today's and tomorrow's food, and then to have it, okay, this is for today and tomorrow's food, and to have it more fresh because there's like 5 and it's sitting in there, and she's just like, I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just certain people are certain ways about food. Me, I'll eat something like 2 weeks before I got married. Didn't matter. Pick this out the trash can. Eat it. It's still good,
2
right?
weeks ago, yeah. 2 weeks old. I cooked this 2 weeks ago. I still do that.
Yeah, you're not married yet.
No.
I wouldn't suggest that.
As long as it doesn't smell bad and there's nothing growing on the end. Oh, mold never hurt anybody.
Yeah, immune system, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you're cooking all the time, right? You're cooking all the time. What is your like go-to that you enjoy cooking? Is there something that just was like, oh, I love cooking this item, or is it just depend?
I love cooking everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about eating?
So I have actually adapted more of a pescatarian diet lately. Like I will still eat meat, and I love brisket, and I work hard to smoke it for as long as I do. So of course I'll eat a little bit of that, but I eat more vegetables and legumes and seafood. Mostly.
What's legumes?
Beans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is the best item that you have ever cooked in your entire life that you're like, this is my signature dish?
Or is it a style of food?
So my family is actually from Syria, so I love all kinds of Mediterranean style food. But if I had to pick a favorite, I would say like a surf and turf. I got a new sous vide machine, so I recently did fillets that were sous vide for 12 hours and then just grilled and then topped it with cod, like what you have over there, and a fresh vegetable saute and potatoes, and that was absolutely delicious.
I do have to say this. Ethan looks like he's about to take a quick nap real quick.
Look at him. He's like,
does your food sometimes have that effect? Ethan, can you mention one more time like what you ate?
I don't even know what it was. It was a chicken fried steak sandwich with egg and cheese, and
Texas toast, big old Texas toast on there.
Oh yeah, that.
It's the one time Ethan's been able to eat this week.
Whoa,
not vegetables.
Yeah, I look over there, and Ethan's kind of just like, he has this smile on his face and this grin, and he's just kind of like chilling. It makes him feel good, right?
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, the chicken fried steak
fantastic.
can definitely make you a little sleepy. We also do a loaded burrito that I have some customers that will come in and get 2 every morning. And I mean, it's a huge 12-inch tortilla that's got bacon and chorizo and sausage and egg and potato and cheese. And I wouldn't even be able to eat one of them, but some people eat 2. And I ask them, do you have to take a nap while you're at work? Because I would think so.
I take a nap every day at work.
Yeah, sometimes, just to get through. You know, it's 10:22 right now. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM. We have Melissa in with Missy's Meals, located in Dickinson, Texas. How can somebody find you on social media or on the internet?
You just simply type in Missy's Meals on Facebook. We do everything through there. We release our weekly menus with specials, update different pictures. If we're cooking something new and you want some of it, we put it on there, and then connect with all of our customers through there.
What's the best way to order your meals?
Missy's Meals at gmail.com.
So once you get the menu, you see what's going on. You kind of place your order in there through the email list.
Yes, and a lot of my customers, it's personalized. So I'll ask them a few questions about allergies, food that they wouldn't touch if it's on their plate, favorite foods to incorporate, and then I'll develop between 20 and 30 choices for them. Email it to them, and some people just work their way down the list and try out all the different ones that we'll offer.
Yeah, something Dr. Chop has mentioned to us before, that people only have so many meals that they eat, because maybe their skill or their mom cooked it, or they only have a couple places they go out to eat. So you may only eat a handful of meals over and over and over for the rest of your life. So if I saw a list of 20 to 30 items, it seems like it would almost be overwhelming, but like willing to try, like, hey, why not? Because you may find something you don't like. Do you ever find that people are like, I don't know if I'm a fan of this?
So I had one customer just last week. I did a lamb event, and she said, oh, I've always wanted to try lamb. Can you make me something with it? And she told me, okay, I never want to try lamb again, which I've found that before. Lamb is a very, it's a different taste than any other meat. And it's just off-putting to some people.
Yeah.
So,
what is it closest to, if you had to compare it?
The color of it is like beef.
Okay.
But it's got more of a gamey flavor. Like, you know how wild boar has a different flavor than regular pig. And like when I cook wild boar, I choose to brine it for at least 24 hours. It kind of takes some of that gaminess out. But lamb has more of a gamey taste.
Is that the gyro? Like a gyro
Yes.
meat is the lamb, yeah. I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, one of our friends' restaurants, Olympia Grill, they have, like the gyro salads and the gyros and all that as well. So I'm down for some lamb.
I'm down for some lamb as well.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Curt, what are you excited about trying? Like, how about Mediterranean food? Have you had much Mediterranean food? And do you exactly know, like, what?
So I don't know, does Lebanese food count as Mediterranean food?
It's very similar.
Okay, so yeah, I've had Lebanese food. My family's Lebanese, and so we actually do a kuba dish, or kibi they call it. Some people call it, and it's really, really good. It's got lamb inside of it. It's to die for.
Well, there you go. Is this considered Mediterranean food?
So it's a Mediterranean diet, which they do. You're allowed to have beans and whole grains. Heavy on the fish, very light on the red meat. And so one of the dishes is the cannelli beans with the carrot saute.
Okay, cool.
But the chimichurri is not really Mediterranean. That comes from like South America, but
it
tastes really good together. So
yeah.
I'm never afraid to mix different, like Mexican mixed with Asian, experiment
fusion.
with it. Yeah.
That's cool. We're going to take a quick break on the FM. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have some Zach Williams, Survivor. This is Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11 a.m. We're talking to Melissa from Missy's Meals.
Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center is a facility that is dedicated to getting sick people well without the use of drugs and surgery.
Every 10 pounds is a mile less your heart has to pump.
We teach patients how to live better, be better, and stay better one bite at a time.
I recommend the Living Well Clinic because it's life-changing. It's waking up and feeling great every morning and having enough energy throughout the day.
Oh, yeah. We're working. What's up, folks? Hey. How you doing? It's 10:26. Melissa said, my food is so good. My food is so good, I'm going to have to try it myself. Can you walk us through what is in that quesadilla that you have right there?
So it is chorizo, egg, and cheese.
All right. And that's kind of like a go-to, like chorizo, like for Mexican breakfast. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Growing up, that was one of my favorites, chorizo and egg.
We have people that like to just make burritos with the chorizo and potatoes and egg. We'll make it any way you want it, though. So.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I'm not really a big fan of potatoes. And I have gotten backlash from that before, but I'm not really a big fan of pasta either. I will eat it, and I love spaghetti, like growing up when my mom would cook it. But I'm more of a meat person. Like, okay, potatoes, that's just less meat that I'm going to be able to eat. Pasta, that's just going to fill me up, and I could just have more meat,
Yes.
How do you feel about those? Are you just kind of like a balanced person? I know you mentioned being pescatarian, but...
I don't eat a whole lot of breads or pasta myself. Of course, I'll cook them for anyone that wants them, but I love vegetables and I love salads. I'm one of those weird people who could eat a salad twice a day, every day.
That's cool. Comes in handy.
But I do love potatoes.
We know a local chef who does not really eat seafood, but works at a giant seafood restaurant as like the executive chef. So there's that, which I always think is interesting. She's like, well, I know how to cook. I can still cook. And we always tell her, well, whenever you need those taste testers.
Right. I'll do it.
Call us up. Yeah, Melissa.
I don't know.
Curt. It's not, is it a connection issue for the social media, for the connector to our Wi-Fi maybe?
I'll figure it out.
Ashley, have a good day. Ashley's watching from Louisiana. She has a bakery over there. We love social media just because it helps us connect with people all over, literally the world. It's kind of funny to say that, but we'll have people that pop in from everywhere, like Ashley. And here's Mary commenting about your meals. She said her meals are delicious, and she is extremely creative and fresh with the garden veggies and herbs.
Is that Mary Bass?
That is not. That's Mary Allison Wood.
Oh, so she actually runs a community garden that I do free classes for kids and parents. We call it Together at the Table. It's in League City, and when she started it, it was one raised bed, and now I think there's 30, and a citrus orchard with fig trees and grapefruit trees.
So that's a community garden, or what is it exactly?
So everything that is grown there is donated to poverty-level families. She works with Interfaith Caring Ministries to donate all that. And she also works with schools. She's implemented garden programs in the schools right around there. But once it gets warmer, we do once a month a class there where we'll do a little bit with the food, and then the kids will go out into the garden and either pick or plant something, and then we incorporate that into what they eat. And I've had parents hug me with tears saying, my kid has never eaten any vegetables, and they just tried 5 different types.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really neat to do.
Was she the one who commented earlier that we said, hey, we should have her come in? Curt, did you comment back to her? Was that her?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Ethan, was that you that commented back?
To whom?
Y'all aren't paying attention to anything we're talking about over here, are y'all?
Well,
that's great.
That's
great.
Conversation.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. Anyways, right now it's 10:30. This song has 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in it, and we're going to go on the FM as well. If you have any questions or comments, you're watching on social media. I know you can't see me right now because my camera switcher guy isn't. Boom, I'm back. I'm back. This is me. This is what I look like. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day today. And let us know if you have any questions. We appreciate y'all taking the time to tune in. I'm going to take a bite of this taco because I am excited. I wanted to go live from our taco Facebook group just for a sec, and we can give a shout out. We have a taco Facebook group called Talk of Taco.
Yeah, have you heard of our Talk of Taco group?
Yes, we talked about we talked about it the last time that I saw you guys at Dr. Chapa's event.
Yes.
So that's.
Take a couple here. We're gonna do a live, and real quick, a live from Talk of Taco. And Facebook, y'all are gonna get to see this too. So
double live?
It's a live. It's an inception. What's up, Taco fam? Guess what? We're doing some Kickstart this morning, but we also had Melissa from Missy's Mills bring in some breakfast tacos, so I wanted to be able to share just this bite.
It feels like Inception.
With you guys. This is Inception. So what's exactly in this?
It is smoked pulled pork, egg, and cheese.
That's good. That's really good. The smoke. How long did you smoke that?
12 hours.
So 12 hours smoking. I just wanted to say what's up and show y'all this delicious breakfast taco. All right, guys. Y'all have a good day. This is really good.
You also managed an Astros page?
I don't know how to get it off of there.
Oh my gosh, I'm still posting this in the Astros page. Can I do it?
What is the page?
It's the Union Station. Once they got a new owner, the owner had me open Astros Union Station Cafe, which was right below where the actual Astros employees were. Mm-hmm. So we did breakfast and lunch there so that they wouldn't have to leave Minute Maid if they didn't choose to.
I will not post it in that page. I don't want you to get into trouble. That's awesome. Okay. So you can actually tune along. Let's see.
Okay.
So that's how you can get a hold of Melissa. And we have 1:27 left. Kurt got it figured out.
I had to connect her to the internet.
To the Wi-Fi
The
here.
4G did not like that.
It was a...
Dang, how was the taco? Did you finish the taco already?
There's another one.
You ate that taco so fast.
I only took a couple bites.
Oh,
So
okay. I was like, where is it?
But thank you for believing in me.
I got you.
Yeah.
Have you posted in the Talk of Taco group?
I haven't yet.
You got to post those tacos in there.
I will.
Every day. Just be like,
More
we got
tacos.
new tacos.
And sometimes, people are like some of the talk groups, like Talk of League City, Talk of Tech City, they're like, no, advertising, it's on Monday. People don't like it. Hey, if you're selling tacos,
post all the time.
They got to be good tacos, which I can vouch for these. These are good breakfast tacos. Then please post on our Talk of Taco group. That's what we want to share with people. Everything that our area has to offer whenever it comes to
tacos.
Mm-hmm.
My kids say they can eat tacos every day.
They need to join our group too. Well, if they're going to bed at 7, they're probably pretty young still, huh?
8 and 10.
Okay.
Wait, 8-year-olds going to bed at 7?
Yes.
I try and have my son in bed like 7:30 before 8 o'clock. Dude, kids need sleep.
My daughter will sleep 10 hours and she's still sleepy.
For real.
Yeah.
Mine too. We got 5 seconds. Here we go.
FM, KHEA, Lamarck.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Kurt.
And we have Melissa from Missy's Meals in studio talking about food prep, delicious food. I just had a couple bites of some breakfast tacos. Can you kind of explain to me what was in those tacos and how do you get them so good?
It is smoked pulled pork, egg, and cheese. And I think one of the secrets about our tacos is we do not ever buy liquid egg.
Mm-hmm.
So we crack all of our eggs every morning and whisk them up with a little bit of milk and house-made seasoning. So
that's awesome.
How long does it take you to do that brisket? Like the pulled pork.
I do brisket and pulled pork, and they both stay on for 12 hours.
So you start the night before?
I smoke at least 2 days a week to be able to have all of the brisket and pulled pork we need for breakfast and lunch.
That's cool.
And you have that smoker inside of your shop?
No, it's an outdoor smoker. It's a Buc-ee's smoker.
That's what's up. Shout out to Buc-ee's.
We lost our house in Harvey, and that was one of the first things that I wanted to replace was our smoker. So I went a little bit bigger and got a little bit of a larger one that can fit a whole bunch of meat on it.
So do you live in Dickinson as well?
I do. I'm actually 2 minutes away from my storefront. It's awesome.
So if I needed something like right now and be like, hey, I need to come and pick up something, you're like, I got you.
Yes.
Hey, so Jennifer Fuller just got on. She said, OMG, Melissa Huerta, I love you. So she loves you. And I have to say, Jennifer, I think everybody in this room loves you too.
Yes.
And I commented back and said, we need her to come on soon so she can talk about the Bay Area Houston Food Lovers event that's taking place March 3rd over there at Pinnacle Park in front of Cabela's and Little Cabela Mia's.
Yeah, Perry Brooks is coming in on the 28th. Have you had have you heard of Perry Brooks and 3BQ?
3BQ.
No, I haven't.
Oh, his briskets are really, really good. Like the outer skin, what's it called? It's not the skin. It's
not called the skin. I'm going to let you work on this one. He's from Nebraska. But Perry, he said the secret's in the meat,
Yes.
and then, smoking it. So he gets his meat from a local meat vendor, here in town. And is there a secret whenever it comes to, pulled pork and brisket? Like, is it how long you smoke it, how you smoke it, temperature,
So I
the meat?
think my secret's in my rub, and then how long I leave it just open and then wrapped in foil. So I do 6 hours just right on the pit and then wrap it, and it goes for 6 more hours in the foil, which allows all the juices to stay concentrated in the meat.
Where did you learn how to do some of that?
So I have 2 different uncles that do competition barbecue, and one went to barbecue college for it.
That's cool.
I love doing cooking competitions. It's just fun for me. We've been doing the Wild Game Cook-Off down in Galveston for Yagas for, I think, we got a trophy 2 years ago for doing it for 10 years. So we've been doing it for 12 years now. And so I've just kind of learned through them and YouTube videos. Some of it, yeah.
I've done that whenever it comes to smoking meat. I was like, okay, I bought a smoker. What next? You know, and then you see different things and you kind of find something that works for you.
You have a smoker?
I do.
How come you never smoked meat for us?
Because I did for like the first year, and then I realized everybody in the whole world did it better than I did. And so I didn't like the second year. Year 2, I was just like, I don't know. And then cleaning it properly, I was like, I don't know how to clean. And now I'm trying, I'm scrubbing, and is this too hard? I don't know what I'm doing. I need some help from the pros. And this is the kind of help I need whenever they just bring it in already wrapped up with egg and cheese and everything else. It helps me out tremendously.
Well,
so I had a question. Oh, yeah. So competitions. Have you ever been to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Cook-Off, barbecue cook-off?
Yes, one of my uncles did it for probably 6 years. So we would go up there for the competition day. Yeah.
We are actually going to be live on location. Well, I guess we're still pending approval from the Houston Livestock Rodeo. They emailed yesterday, but we're trying to do our entire morning show Friday from the cook-off, the barbecue cook-off from Texas Pit Stop Barbecue is going to be there. What should we expect?
Wear comfortable shoes because it is a ton of walking. And as long as you have a tent that you'll be in, you're fine. I feel like people go to the cook-off thinking that they can just walk into any tent, and it's not like that. You have to be invited, and they have certain wristbands for certain tents. But it's always a lot of fun. I mean, you get to taste food from all kinds of different people if you're within that circle, which I'm sure y'all will be.
Well, we're gonna try.
Yeah,
we're gonna just pop up, and people are like, "What are you doing here? Y'all need to leave." And we'll just be like, "Okay, bye." But no, that's the plan. Yeah, so we're excited to be out there on Friday. That's the plan, unless something changes. And if that's the case, we're gonna find somewhere else to go mobile because we already have our heart set on it. So maybe you have a place and you're watching and say, "Hey, go here."
Yeah, we want to be in Houston.
Oh, well, you have to do the cook-off. If y'all have never gone, you should definitely.
No, we've never been. So Jennifer Fuller, she brought something up. She said Melissa will be doing a kids cooking demo at the market. Can you share about that?
Yes. So in all the years that I was in farmers markets, we would do, especially at Rice University, we would do these chef's baskets. So I would go around to all the different vendors and pick this vegetable and this meat and this goat cheese and then create something with it. So that's kind of what we're going to do there, whatever is available. We'll do a cooking demo so that people know, like, they can go get those greens and cook it this way, with this olive oil. So that's what we'll be doing. Something that's kid-friendly, that they'll want to be interested in, so that their parents can buy whatever they need.
That's cool.
And just encouraging people to purchase ingredients there at the market. I did the same thing at Galveston Farmers Market last Sunday, and I'll be going down for some of their Thursday and Sunday events. They have a great market down there.
Teaching is not the easiest thing to do.
No.
And then teaching kids sometimes adults as well, but teaching just in general. Do you think that anybody can learn to cook?
I do. I do. I think that there's steps that anyone can take to, learn knife skills so they feel comfortable cutting into any kind of vegetable. There's ways that you can learn to cook by sautéing or broiling or poaching that may seem daunting, but if you have the right instruction, it's not so hard at all.
If somebody has a mindset, I guess, that needs to be changed, like, I can't cook. It's more of a confidence thing. Like you were mentioning, if you're comfortable with the knife, you're comfortable with what does what ingredient-wise, then that helps a lot.
Yes.
Okay. So have you done a lot of teaching? And do you mainly focus on kids, or have you done adult classes as well?
No, I've done adult classes. I actually, some of my favorite catering type parties are when there's a group of ladies or there's a group of men that want to get together and they want to learn how to do a certain thing. There's a group of photographers that I've been doing a beach house dinner for the past 3 years with them, and they pick a different menu each time, and everybody kind of helps in one part or another of the preparing of the meal, and then of course everybody gets to enjoy it.
That's cool. Before Valentine's Day, do people reach out to you and be like, I need to make something, or hey, help me fake something? Looks like I cooked it. Like,
and
what do people do?
We've even done that to where someone said, can you, I had posted one time about the sous vide and how it just makes the meat so tender, and that I like to get it from Stone Cold Meats, and it just makes it awesome. And so I actually had a couple different people that asked me to sous vide the meat, and then they
get it to them.
Then they just put it in a pan to grill it, and then it looks like they've, worked so hard on it, and it just cuts like butter.
Do you get stuff often from Stone Cold Meats?
I love Stone Cold Meat.
That's where Perry Brooks from 3BQ gets his
brisket,
he said that's kind of his secret. It's the quality of the meat. Yeah. And we've talked to Arnold from Texas Pit Stop, who's going to be the one on the competition team in Houston. He said a lot of it is the meat. You know, that you almost have grades of brisket, and it makes a huge difference.
My uncle that went to the barbecue college, he swears by it's one place online that he gets it, and it's prime brisket. I wouldn't even want to know how much it costs.
Right.
But, I mean, he's won first place in a lot of different competitions. So,
how much? Can you share more about barbecue college? I'm very interested in that. Like, how that is a thing. It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So, I think some of it is online. You can do it online. But they actually went for, I think it was 3 weeks that they went to the location and had classes every day and just learned more about it.
That's cool. Joanna Padilla says Stone Cold Meats are great. We haven't been yet.
No, we haven't. We need to go.
Oh, you need to go.
Yeah, we had them scheduled to come in, and then they were not open that long, and they had an issue or something with the electricity, and it's like, hey, being a small business, sometimes I'm like, maintenance, I'm finances, I'm working, everything. So they had to change it up, and we understood. And then we were going to go back, but then our good friend Joe Perez, we're actually going to go meet Jennifer Fuller there. But then Joe Perez was about to drop a video, and so we didn't want to do anything that would encroach on anything right before he was about to drop it. But it looks great, so we saw his video, but we need to get back over there.
Yeah, they have it's called a pizzatarian sausage, and it was one of the brothers. It was his idea, and I said, well, what in the world is pizzatarian? And he said, well, there's vegetarians and pescatarians, and this is for people who could live off pizza. And when you cut into the sausage, it was like a supreme pizza, but with no bread. So it had olives and tomatoes and bell peppers and onions and garlic inside of the sausage. It was absolutely amazing.
So that's something they came up with.
Yes.
I've never heard that before.
Yes. They also, for Super Bowl, we got Ring of Fire was a sausage that they did, and they put ghost pepper, like dried ghost peppers in it. It was some of the spiciest stuff I've ever had.
Do you like spicy food, Ethan?
Oh, I love spicy food.
Ethan just woke up from his nap when you said that. He was like, wait,
chicken fried steak sandwich, spicy food. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan, you need to have a quesadilla with some of that tomato habanero sauce.
You want some?
Is it spicy?
It's spicy.
Which one, the green or red?
This habanero. That one has habanero.
Do you want to try it, Ethan?
I don't know.
Are you full?
I'm kind of full from the chicken fried steak.
Ethan will be working this afternoon, I believe, so he'll be able to chow down on some of this in the afternoon for that snack.
Who needs lunch now, right?
That's for sure. I'm just saying, for that afternoon snack, we tend to have like lunch, second lunch, third lunch. Sometimes that happens, but it feels good. It feels good, and Ethan is looking good, as y'all are about to see. Ethan, can you kind of describe that sandwich one more time for the people who maybe are just tuning in?
Okay, so the edges of the sandwich were like a 10 out of 10, right? Okay, best thing ever, right? Okay, and as you get to the center of the sandwich, it's so fluffy, like the egg and the toast, and and the cheese is just melted over all of it, and it's just delicious.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for being our mouth and eyes and ears and just experiencing that for us. Would you recommend that sandwich?
Oh, absolutely. Anybody who can try it, I'm gonna warn you first. You might have to take a nap afterwards. Okay, it is that good. It is filling. It is. Oof.
Melissa, is that something that somebody will have to order, or is that something that
we always have our chicken fried steak ready to go? So we do it with the egg for breakfast, and then without the egg for lunch. And some people like to add different cheeses or jalapenos or bacon, and we're always happy to make it however they'd like.
What are other popular items that you'll just always keep ready to go?
Our beef picadillo tacos for lunch are delicious. We do a lean ground beef with tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, cilantro, garlic, cooked down, and then make it fresh when they order it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have corn tortillas and flour, so that no matter how you like it, we'll make it to
It's
make
good
you
to go.
happy. Yeah.
So a couple more questions. This one's more about like losing weight and getting in shape and eating right. A lot of people have found that the keto lifestyle or diet has worked for them. And is that something that you have been able to work with people with?
Yes. Honestly, I do not agree with it too much. I don't think it's very healthy to eat bacon with every meal.
Right.
And I believe that the studies are now coming out after, a year or two, and the cardiovascular surgeons are warning against it.
Right.
That type of thing. But I'm happy to cook whatever someone wants or needs. So I do have a lot of customers that eat keto. And I'll prepare for them breakfast, lunch, and dinner if they'd like it. And then there's a lot of other diets that I feel like large amounts of people go to. Like paleo is pretty popular. The Mediterranean diet is very popular. I encourage people, if they're wanting to eat well, feel better, it's about balance. You have to get fruits and vegetables and try to have lean meats and as much things that grow from the ground, that I think that's the best way to eat.
So let's say, I go in there, I'm 6 foot tall, I'm 180 pounds, and I'm like, I want to lose weight or I want to lose fat. Can you help me? What do you recommend? Is that kind of advice that you'd be able to give and create something based on my height and needs and what I want?
Yeah, definitely. So I ask a series of questions to new customers, and by their answers about their allergies, likes, dislikes, goals, and a lot of them work with personal trainers that are telling them, like, you need to cut the carbs, you need to do lean meat.
Yeah.
By their answers, I'm able to develop 20 to 30 choices for them. And most people that are wanting to lose weight and are working out, they need the lean meats and they need no processed food, so none of the pastas and anything out of a box, just mostly
your proteins, your meats,
yes,
eggs,
yes, and vegetables.
That sounds like that's what I want, but it's hard to make it happen. You can see meal plans on the internet, go meet with a personal trainer and they say, hey, this is what you need to do. I look at it and it's like, okay, I got to eat 6 or 8 small meals a day, like a cup of rice and this and that. I'm like, when will I have time? I don't even know how to cook this and make it taste good one time. How am I supposed to eat it every day for like this long? And that's whenever someone like you, who's a professional, can come in and help, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you been helping people like that, for even like as long as you've been in business?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. So my very first customer had found out that he was diabetic, and his wife and him, they ate out all the time. They didn't know how to cook. So that was my very first customer that I would drive all the way out to Fulshire and make a month's worth of meals for them in the freezer, in the fridge, all with labels on them so that they knew. They just pulled them out and popped them in the microwave.
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about costs, and we usually don't do that on the FM, but could you kind of give like a range? Like what are we looking at like on a meal basis, like one, and then like if you're looking at doing something for a week or like some kind of package?
So we try to keep the prices very reasonable. It's actually cheaper if you do the meals that have 2 portions in them rather than the 1 portion, because it's the same container, and the container costs me just as much. So
yeah.
But I keep the meals between $8 and $14. And of course, the 14 end would be like the fish that is a little more expensive, or some people want wild game or steaks. So those will get up there. But 8 to 10 is what we try to stay under for the meals.
That's cool. What if somebody goes hunting and they have their own meat? Is that something that you would work with them with?
Yes, absolutely. I have a lot of hunters that will bring me ground deer after they've brought it home and they want meals. So then I just charge them for the prep and whatever like any vegetables or anything that I put in there with it.
Curt, how are you doing over there? I know you're being quiet right now. You're pretty particular whenever it comes to food, but you have likes and dislikes, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was thinking like just what I could ask her to make, like even like a vegan mac and cheese or anything like that would be cool.
Yeah. But what are the main things that you like, and see if she could piece something together? Like, kind of say, I like this, this, and this, and maybe she'll like put a dish together in her head and see.
Cheese, and cheese.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nebraska.
Okay.
I'm not from Wisconsin.
Not Wisconsin.
No, but I still love cheese. Do
you like all kinds of cheese?
Cheese.
Mainly American.
Mainly American's the best kind of cheese.
He's a cheese snob.
And I like Munster cheese. Munster's my favorite kind of cheese. You don't know what Munster is. You're looking at me weird like it's
I've heard it before, but I don't know, like, off the top of my head, like, this is Munster cheese. Yeah.
Oh, Cabot makes the best Munster cheese ever. You guys don't know what Cabot cheese is.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So,
concern there.
Wine and cheese has always been a thing, but for the past, I don't know, I'd say 10 years now, I've been doing beer and cheese pairings.
Mm-hmm.
So I do contract work for Silver Eagle Distributors, which they do all the beer in Houston over to San Antonio. And over the years, I've probably created 1,000 different recipes using beer as an ingredient.
Yeah.
And that has become more and more popular.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Kurt, you got to come up with some more ingredients. Like, I know you said cheese, but I'm just thinking, like, cheese and what?
Cheese and cheese.
No.
Cheese.
You got to eat
and
real
noodles.
food.
Cheese and like, hot dogs.
Okay, never mind. I see that you're not. It's like banging. I'm beating a dead horse over here, literally on the top of the head. We did a heart thing, a noise thing to watch Kurt's heartbeat, and we saw it was like skipping beats and doing all kinds of stuff, and it may be too much cheese.
That could be.
But I'm not sure.
I told someone the other day that if they said, Kurt, you're allergic to cheese, you can't eat this ever again. I don't know. I might have to just end it there. Like, that might be, I don't know if I could live.
Doesn't Dr. Chapa say that like every week?
I don't listen to, wow. No.
Wow. So it's 10:54. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM. Feel free to tag Dr. Chapa now. Go ahead and share this out so I can capture this soundbite. What time is it? 10:54. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and say, just make sure he sees that moment. I don't know. We're about out of time. Could you share with us one more time, Melissa, the name of your business, where you're located, how to get a hold of you?
We're Missy's Meals Personal Chef Services. We're located at 750 FM 517 West. We're at the intersection of 646 and 517, located in the Chevron there in Dickinson. And you can find me on Facebook, Missy's Meals.
Is that your nickname, or is that named after somebody else?
So my given name is Melissa, and I was called Missy until my mom married my stepdad, and he had a dog named Missy.
And then it changed.
So they changed it to Melissa. But I still have a lot of family that's always called me Missy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nickname.
What kind of dog was it?
A Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be like, no. That's funny. Yeah, so we got a little bit of time left. Kurt, what do we have going on tomorrow? We have a packed week. I know Friday we're planning to get into the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Cook-Off, whether we have to jump over the fence, under the fence, or sneak in. But we think we have the clear, but we want to make sure, especially when we get there like 6 a.m. We don't know who's going to be like guarding the gate. But we've talked, and we're just making sure we're trying to do it the right way.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be talking about beauty, and we're going to be beautiful salon and spa and studio, talking about beauty. And then we're also on Thursday going to be talking about your grass.
Oh, yeah, hippie fertilizing is coming in. Have you heard of hippie fertilizing?
I haven't.
He said
Gardy loves his grass. Like, I literally have never heard someone talk so much about lawns and grass more than Gardy. Like, it literally drives me nuts.
Does it?
A little bit.
But
like, I'm like,
well, what kind of grass is it?
Just like normal grass. You know, but I want it to be the greenest on my street. I want it to be like the thickest on the street. And I want it to, like, when somebody walks by, I want someone to be a little bit jealous of my grass. Like, how did he do that? Oh my goodness. Why is, like, you look at the neighbors and it's kind of like, oh, it looks okay, but oh my gosh, it's like the Garden of Eden, and it's so green. It's so deep and rich and beautiful.
The grass is greener on Gardy's side.
That's what I want my neighbors to say when they see my yard, walking the dog, that the dogs will be like scared to even walk in it because they don't want to mess it up.
I think we just found out how old you are. At least 65.
Get off my yard. Get off my yard. Yeah. No, it is my birthday. Thank you, Mom. Said happy birthday. I'm 33 years old today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Wait. I am. I had to break the news. We're about out of time. Nobody's gonna remember that anyways. There's too much stuff going on right now. But yeah, hippie fertilizing will be in on Thursday. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about beauty, and I'm excited to talk about that as well. Friday, we're going to be at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo one way or another. I'm going to be eating brisket. You may not even be, nobody's cooking brisket, but I'm going to bring my own. I'm going to figure out something. We're going to talk to Missy, be like, Missy, we just need to take, this is the best brisket in here, and we can just talk about that as well. Also, one more thing before we go. We have some toys in here. Curt kind of brought some in. We've gone and bought some a couple times. So this is for the Birthday Joy program. If y'all have not heard of the Birthday Joy, what they do is they throw birthday parties for kids living in shelters, living in group homes, kids in foster care, kids who are not with their parents, with their family, because at this time, whatever reason, it's just not a good place for them. They go and throw birthday parties once a month at multiple locations. What we're asking you to do is to consider donating to the Birthday Joy program. You can go to their website, or you can also drop off stuff at a KHEA radio, things like toys, things like birthday party supply items like plates. You can drop off balloons. You can drop off all kinds of stuff. Anything that you would need to have a birthday party, drop it off, because they will be able to use those. Also, if you own a business, you can consider donating your service. So let's say you know somebody or work at a trampoline park or something like that, or you work at a martial arts studio, or y'all do something for a birthday party. It would be perfect. Consider doing that for the Birthday Joy program. It's a very cool thing that is taking place in our area, and we appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Also, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing us this delicious food. Very good.
Thank you.
Ethan's going to be probably waking up here in a little bit and eat some more.
Probably.
It's 10:59. Hey, y'all have an awesome day. Be blessed. Still share this video out. We love you. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Coming up next is We Are Messengers. Maybe it's okay. Stay tuned. Text a friend. Call a neighbor. Tell them, listen, 99.5 FM, KHEAradio.com from anywhere in the world. Be blessed.
Bye, guys.
All right, Facebook. You be blessed. Love you guys. Have a good day. Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.